Now, let's go to the booth and check in with Justin Costanza and Deacon Michael Costanza. And go Knights.
So we're back here, and it's interesting. We'll get to it in a minute, but I think it's very interesting that we're back playing a team that we've faced already this year.
Yeah, when we have been scripting out the playoffs, there were two other team names that we used regularly, and Andalusia was one of those, and Jackson was one of those, and Andalusia didn't make it past the second round, and Jackson, who put them out, didn't make it past the third round, put out by tonight's opponent for the Knights, the Golden Eagles of Booker T. Washington Tuskegee. BTW Tuskegee has been on a run. And I'm going to tell you right now, every single person that I've asked about this game, talked to about this game, or has come and asked me about this game, including other football coaches, other school administrators, the who's who in the sports world and all of the above, the question has been, what is going on with BTW that has gotten them through to the fourth round, beat Jackson, beat Handley fairly handedly, and came out of a, the very first round coming in as a 3 seed, making it to the fourth. We are back up in my ears. Hopefully we're all still good.
Just a little glitch.
The question is how? And so when you ask Kurt Johnson, you know what his answer is? They are not doing anything different. Everybody's still playing. The roster's still there. The plays are the same. He's been watching all the film. So we've got to play our game. We know the game they're going to play. Let's be ready to go.
And that's kind of the scariest answer possible. I don't think that's just coaching on his part to get everybody's mind psyched. But you're right. That was kind of the general consensus. The only additional kind of opinion I got, because I asked a lot of people this week too, because as soon as BTW of Tuskegee won last week, and we had a lot of fun. We need to kind of recap that too, watching it and broadcasting after our live game. Then we turned over and watched it on the phone. But as soon as that happened, I had people texting me, emailing me, and then I saw people at stores. And, how does that happen? What's different? So, yes, I agree with – I want to agree, and I hope our team members believe that, hey, it's the same team, and they're just playing better, their minds in it, however you want to say it, but it's the same team. It's not a fluke. It's not – they didn't go out and recruit people. They didn't have people off an injured list. They didn't add people to the roster. So we've got to play the team that beat the last 3 opponents in the playoffs.
That's right.
And it's tough to get to the playoffs, and then it's very difficult to get here, the fourth round, the semifinals, because, whoever goes on from here goes to Bryant-Denny Stadium this year.
To play for a state championship.
Which we want. But, I even hesitate right now to even think about that because we've got to play this team. They are the same team. They have the ability to beat a team that beat Andalusia, make it to the fourth round of the playoffs, and they've done it well. And so tonight we have to have the discipline to play tonight's game. The only other, I kind of alluded to it, the only other kind of opinion people offered was that Jackson got caught, like we did a couple of years ago, looking ahead to the next game against us, Catholic. They thought we were going to win, so they were looking ahead, took it for granted that they had beat BTW. So we don't want to do that tonight. I don't believe we have and are going to. And, Justin, you and Coach Jay and Athletic Director Veras were all at Chappie's Deli today. The over-under is 24. And so of how many mentions Chappie's Deli gets tonight. So got to work on that early and long. So anyway, y'all were talking about the game, and I don't remember where I was going with that.
Well, we were talking about having to play this game twice, having to play a team that's come up, talking about a team that's, we don't want to get caught. We don't feel like we're going to. Kirk Johnson and Dana Veras talked a little bit about how the team's prepared for that, and Kirk will do that on the pregame today.
Yeah.
So and it's 35 minutes long. It's so exciting. It's one of the best we've ever done. And
I don't always listen to it, but I listened to this one. It was great.
It's fun, and listen, it's a little emotional. We're talking about state championship. We're talking about playing for it. After the 1-year anniversary of losing Coach's mom, they're going to play for her tonight.
Yeah.
The prayer and chapel service before this game by a relative of Coach Jay who came in and preached to the team about what Coach is fighting for tonight. It'll be really fun to watch that. And we want to not be the team that got caught waiting, got caught wishing, and won't get a chance to play next week.
I enjoyed hearing him today say that maybe it was the pregame, and maybe this is a spoiler alert, but they kind of concentrated on the last couple of years where we lost to MA and lost to Andalusia in the fourth round both times, right, I believe?
Right. Yep.
And, hey, guys, that's what that felt like. And this is a cool group of athletes, the seniors. Somebody said today that must be the winningest set of seniors in school history. Is that correct?
That is correct. And with a win tonight, they become the winningest class in Montgomery history.
Montgomery, all schools.
That's right.
When you play 14 or 15 games a season, you can do those things.
That is exactly right. And we're talking about a team from 20 years ago at Trinity who had 51 wins. We're currently sitting at 51 wins, so we're tied with them. A win tonight would put us over. And this is a pretty neat opportunity for a group of seniors, and specifically a player like Caleb McCreary, who started his first game 4 years ago at Crampton Bowl, which seems like yesterday.
I remember it.
As a true freshman, and played. And that was an offensive, just they were gunslinging in the first half, and then really got away from us. Both teams were doing it in the first half. Really got away from us in the second, and playing against a 3A team, playing against a 5A team. I love and JR, late 80s in the house. He's excited to see us get up there, so to be able to compete for years now at this level, where Montgomery Catholic, these seniors, 51 wins, trying to be 52, and it's not just 51 wins. Their record is like 51-4 or something seriously crazy. Only 2 losses the last 2 years, none this year. The last 2 years, the last game of the season, the only loss. So. It's pretty interesting,
especially when you play a 10-game set.
It is, yes.
4 times 10 is 40. And so we had a lot of extra
speaking of math,
stuff.
I just did some math.
Yes.
And we better go to commercial so that we can be back for the game.
That's the deal.
Montgomery Catholic, we're going to head to your Bradley Plumbing and Heating pregame show. I'm Justin Costanza.
I'm Deacon Mike Costanza. And go Knights.
Original Bradley Services Company since 1945. That means you get hundreds of years of combined experience to solve your problem. Sure, they have been taking care of some of the largest buildings in central Alabama for decades, but that same professional quality service of Bradley Plumbing and Heating is available for your home as well. Whether you have a clogged drain or an AC or heating unit that's not working, don't waste time or money. Call 271-0700. Bradley Plumbing and Heating since 1945. The original Bradley Services Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Bradley Plumbing and Heating pregame show. It's the 14th of the year. It's the semifinals. We are in the 4th round of the Alabama High School Athletic Association Football Championship playoffs, and your Montgomery Catholic Knights are live at home. A home treat late in the season that we weren't sure that we were going to get. We're going to be playing BTW Tuskegee, and head coach Kirk Johnson is going to join us right here. We're going to get his Avis car rental keys to the game in a few minutes, but right now on your Bradley Plumbing and Heating pregame show, Coach Jay, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me. It's a blessing to be on the air again with Justin Costanza, president of Montgomery Catholic and newly commissioner of District 3 up and down Atlanta Highway. So
You understand that election isn't for like 10 more months. Okay, just for the record.
They say you have to speak it into existence. So that's what I was doing.
Well, thank you.
In the name of Jesus.
Well, listen, Montgomery Catholic is 100% behind you, Kirk Johnson, and this football team.
99%.
And right now, we are looking at an interesting – I'm going to call a spade a spade. We're looking at an interesting road to a potential championship with a fourth-round draw of a 3 seed, a team that is in our region that Montgomery Catholic beat in the regular season 56-6, and then a potential state championship opportunity with a win tonight against either Westminster or Cherokee County. Teams from the north that, as you and I have discussed regularly, Montgomery, south half of Alabama, we really just don't hear much, see much, know much about. But hopefully we're going to get to see 4 quarters out of one of those teams next week. But to get to that point, we've got to have the win of this 1-game season that we're playing this week at Montgomery Catholic. Kirk, we are playing a team, I've said it, 56-6. What's your out the gate gut response to stepping into a second opportunity to beat a team in the same season?
Well, I think you've probably talked about it already more than we have as far as the 56-6 aspect of things. At this point, that doesn't matter. They're using it as motivation, I'm sure. I'm sure they probably have it posted everywhere. It wasn't our night, and et cetera, et cetera. The first thing we did Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, when we brought the boys in, was we set them down and we relived 2 moments that are 2 moments I'll never forget. 2 young head coaching moments for myself, and we replayed MA's kicking the field goal and the reactions of everybody standing there in shock. And then we replayed last year. Last year's kind of a little different for me because I was dealing with so much, and as far as my personal life with my mom and stuff, and so I was kind of, to be honest with you, just a blank. But we replayed that as well, and we went around the room and just kind of told them, "Do you remember this moment?" Yeah, we remember. And that's what happens when you don't go 1-0. Of course, those teams used all of their motivation, and I say this all the time. Those teams did nothing differently, for real. They did nothing. It wasn't, hey, we're going to put this up. I mean, they just were who they were. They were just a lot better and cared more. What people don't realize is that's been 4 straight years for us. This is the 4th straight year. We have been on the positive side one of those years. Yeah. But it is difficult. It is very difficult to play a team, to beat a team twice. As I remember, as I laid in bed, I got a text from our president when Nick Saban couldn't beat Kirby Smart twice. And so, but with all jokes aside, man, there's no different approach. There's nothing different. You make sure the kids are aware of what's at stake. You don't talk about it anymore because we have adopted a mindset here lately where, man, it really isn't about the next team. It's really about the next moment. Yeah. And the next moment might be film. The next moment might be workouts. Or you're going to do everything in your power to make sure that you're not going to be the person that doesn't seize his moment. Yeah. And I think for the last 3 games, including the TR Miller game where everybody thought, what is going on? We play great football. I think everybody has seized their moment. And we're coming off a game where we played really well in all 3 phases. We played complementary football like we spoke on the radio show last week. And man, I'm excited for these boys. There's some things that never get talked about because as John David Baranko texted me Saturday morning, man, I rarely ever enjoy a win. I do. It's a curse. My wife says it all the time. JD checked me on it Saturday. I rarely do, man, because I'm so vested in to wanting this for the school, wanting this for myself, wanting this for the boys. There's so many people that are involved in where we are now that nobody knows of, nobody sees. I've been blessed to be here all 10 of the years when we chase kids in parking lots trying to get them to work out, and we ran up and down. We ran a buggy from the bottom to the top when we used to wash clothes in the old washer and dryer that was up here where the band room currently sits now. I mean, I can go on and on. And so for me, it's a different type of investment. So I'll enjoy it when it's time to enjoy it. Yeah. And it's not time yet.
Well, that time will hopefully come soon enough, but you're exactly right. But something else that you guys have really taught me about this week in and week out grind where we're playing it's Friday night, it's one game, it's a 1 week season, is it doesn't matter who we're playing because the only team that can beat us is us.
I mean,
and that's something that you guys are proving week in and week out. So it doesn't matter if it's BTW Tuskegee, doesn't matter if it's Jackson who knocks off Andalusia. We thought was going to walk over BTW. Tuskegee showed up. A home game for them, went all the way to the wire, got the ball with less than 2 minutes, had to drive basically the entire length of the field, does it, gets to the one with 5 seconds to go. Can they punch it in? They do. Incredibly athletic last couple minutes, which is that's a part of the game where you guys are practicing all the time. What's that 2 minute drill? If we've got to score once, how do we do it? What are we going to do? They were able to do it. And every practice, every moment of this week, I guarantee they're trying to find a way to get one back from you guys. But you're not focusing on that. That's pretty awesome, because the opposition could say, hey, look at MA, like you mentioned. But it's not just that MA beat us in the fourth round. MA beat us in the fourth round after we beat them 42-0
100%.
in the regular season. And so kudos to you guys. Well, let's not dwell on any of that. We had to say it because that's what everybody wants to hear.
That's good.
That's what everybody wants to hear. And frankly, we're about to have 4 quarters of football to change the opinion of whether or not
Let me also jump in right there and interject that it's gonna sound crazy. Can't believe Coach Jay's saying this on the radio.
I love it.
It's coming. Don't care as far as win and loss. I do want to win the football game, but at the end of the day, God is still good, and we got to get up on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So
regardless,
we need to hear that as well.
Well,
like it's just a football game. I want to win, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to win. But sometimes I watched people go crazy last week with the Alabama Auburn.
That's exactly what I was about to say, and we just learned a lot about that.
Like, hey man, you still got to get up. You still got to go to work. You still got to get up. It's still things that have to happen. Now, there's not going to be a person more devastated than that. I would be, but you still got to get up. You still got to go do your job.
Well, and we got to go up and see some of our Auburn current Auburn students and a couple of alumni, and Agnes Armstrong and Father Peyton Plesla up on the plains on Monday night as we kicked off Giving Tuesday, and listening to them talk about that game. It was gut wrenching. It was all those things. But I told all the girls, I said, man, I was just so proud that y'all weren't one of the sobbing sorority girls on ESPN who looked like your entire world had been crushed. And some of them giggled and said, well, it doesn't mean I wasn't crying. They just didn't get me on camera. and we laughed. But this was Monday. It was still pretty fresh. The game was over. That Matthew Reardon might actually still be living in it a little bit. I need to get him on the radio. He had some excellent opinions about that game. But you're right. It's a football game. This is a sport. This is recreation. And at the end of the day, your job is to inspire these young men to go use God's talents to win football games.
It does not define you.
But it is not who we are. You're exactly right. So this is not.
Let's get into the good stuff.
The defining moment. Yeah. Well, hey, before we jump into the good stuff, let me use that as a segue and say thanks to you. I mentioned Giving Tuesday, and Tuesday we raised over $65,000. We'll talk a little bit more tonight about some specifics, but we hit 60,000. Mentioned, hey, anything over 60, I'll get a match for. We've got a match for it, so we ended up with 63 or 4, which means we're going to be at 66 or 8. Pretty amazing. And so shout out to Coach Jay and to every single one of your coaches, because you guys all individually supported Giving Tuesday. Y'all were a handful of the 250 plus donors that supported us on Giving Tuesday, helping us raise that. We ended up number 1 in the Archdiocese for dollars raised and donor count, and number either 14 or 16 in the nation in donor count. Unbelievable. And so your staff said yes to that on Tuesday, and that was really important.
Awesome. Shout out to those guys.
And so, let's jump into this week. And hey, the hard questions don't stop. Speaking of Tuesday, Tuesday's a tough day. It's a 1-year anniversary of losing your mama. I know you spent some time on that.
Come on, man.
Well, we got to.
We're moving on.
How does that impact your week this week? I know you spent some time with her.
Drove up and after workouts on Tuesday, and just went up there and spent some time with her. So
she's with you every day.
Yeah, man, it's different.
It is. You mentioned last year that Andalusia game. It was right before. It was
the week of, actually.
And
so we were on Huntington's campus, and I got the phone call, and so I kind of rushed up there, and it was a false alarm kind of deal, and they were like, "Hey, she'll be fine," and she's a fighter, and me, her, and Meg J, my beautiful wife, we comfort her, and Meg changed some stuff for her, and we just kind of sat with her, and to be honest, that's really the moving on.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, you said goodbye then, but we know she's still with you and praying for you and loving on you, and listen, it's that passion that you learned from your mama. She was a fighter,
period,
and you're a fighter, and you're teaching your kids how to be fighters. So how are we going to fight this week?
It's funny you say that. A lot of who Coach Jay is, and I asked the boys kind of Sunday. I don't ask for a lot. I demand a lot. I never ask for anything. I kind of asked that this game be for her, because I was 50-50 last year, heart here, mind with her, or mind there, heart here, whatever. When I would go up there, I'd be thinking about the boys. And when I was here, I was thinking about her. And so, I kind of told them to just do it for her this weekend. We were blessed that my older cousin came and spoke to the team yesterday, earlier today for the devotional. And he kind of just told who she was and how it truly affects who I am. And it was good. It's good to see them getting to hear why I am the way I am, as far as tough love and as far as holding a standard. Because that's when you're raising 5 of your siblings by yourself, essentially, with no dad. You kind of forced to grow up earlier with no excuses. And so watching him tell the story and watching the boys' faces is immaculate, man. It was good because I'm asking them to dedicate the game to her. Some of them could be sitting there going, well, who is she? And so it was good for them to know who she really is.
Who they're fighting for.
Yeah. 100%.
And who's inspired you to fight the way you do.
1,000%.
Pretty exciting. Boys are ready. You've mentioned a couple times this week, workouts Monday morning in particular, we just had a little bit of a different feel. Talk about that, how they're locked in.
Man. It was good. I feel good. Yeah. I do. The boys have been, they've taken on this 1-0 mantra. They've taken on this let's win the next moment situation. And I think for the first time in a while, man, they've blocked the outside noise. Man, we don't give a crap how we win the game. We don't care, man. We want to play football the right way, and we want to win. If that means we got to snap to Caleb and he rushed for 5,000 yards, I am okay. I don't care if we throw a single pass. That means we got to throw it for 1,000 yards. I'm good with that. If that means it's a shootout and we win the game, I'm good. If it's a 2-0 fair, we just get a safety.
Yeah,
I'm good. And I thought last week was a awesome depiction of what a good game plan looks like. That offense was phenomenal. And our boys, we go out on offense, we flip the field, they pin us deep, we flip the field, we kick it deep. Defense goes out there, gets us a safety, gives us a little energy. Offense take the ball right down the score. It's 10-0 right there.
Immediate shift of momentum. You guys capitalized, didn't let them get back in.
You watch all 3 phases work.
Yeah.
Get the ball, we move it to the 50-yard line. Russo punched the ball deep, good snap, good kick. Put it deep. They get the ball on the 3 or whatever it was. We get a safety. Offense, a kickoff return moves the ball to the 50-yard line. Next play, 2 plays later, we score. It's 10-0. We're back. It was good to watch. It was
special teams, defense, offense,
poetry in motion. Instead of, well, hey, I just hope the offense gets the ball, or I hope the defense out there so they can stop them.
Yeah.
Man, it was really good for all phases.
Jacksonville knew they had their hands full with us.
They did.
They also knew that they've got some of the best targets from one of the best quarterbacks in the state, and you guys were able to minimize those threats. But they're going to be able to strike. So getting a couple touchdowns on us is not a surprise. Being able to throw the ball well was not a surprise. I thought one of the most interesting parts was how elusive the quarterback was, especially from a defense who usually doesn't let folks get very far downfield. And so you guys have seen just about everything now as we come in to week 14, game 14. And again, there's not going to be a whole lot of surprises because it's a team we've seen. lots of folks say, hey, from week 3 to week 14, there's no way BTW beats Jackson last week if they're the same team we played. Talk to that a little bit.
There are the same team.
See, and that's the thing. I mean,
Same
it's
team.
simple as that.
They're playing inspired football. They're playing. They've got a little like I tell people all the time, and I'm gonna use this kid because he knows I love him to death. J.J. Williams played in the McGill-Tulane game. He had 0 catches, 3 targets, 1 hit off his face mask. His confidence level was down. So he comes to defense against BTW, has a pick, makes a couple tackles. A couple weeks later, Caleb tweaks his ankle or whatever happens. We play him at quarterback. He gets his confidence back up. Well, now he's a legitimate threat on offense.
Oh, yeah.
He's
a real target.
He's still the same kid he was in the McGill-Tulane game. His confidence level is up, and he's playing inspired football through himself.
Yeah.
Well, the only way to stop him from doing that is to do what?
Kill the confidence.
Break his will.
Yeah.
That's the only way. And so it's our job to break their will. They're playing inspired football. We have to break it. We have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to look up and it's going to be fourth quarter. We're going to be in a battle.
Yeah. We don't want their confidence to be as high as ours, is what I'm saying. You're exactly right. And that inspired football, it ends. And it's going to end tonight. And that's
I pray you're right.
And it's got to for somebody. Talk a little bit about Brody Hudson and Wilson Hodges have been on the field a little bit more lately.
The personnel change has been huge. We went from 11 personnel, which is 1 tight end and 1 running back, to more of a 12 personnel, which is 1 running back, 2 tight ends. And so they have allowed us to flow back and forth through those 11 and 12 without taking anybody off the field. And
takes away a cue for the defense too.
It does. So when they're running the receiver on it, now it's more of a So now and so what we have done is allowed Brody Hudson to go outside. Now that's took less opportunities away from some other kids, but it has made us a better football team.
Yeah.
And my reply to any parent or anybody watching is that we're going to do what's best for the team. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
And that has been solely why we have been so dynamic on offense, as far as being able to exchange up out of our personnel groups, having guys that can block on the perimeter, and being able to get the ball out of space to our athletes. We feel like we have some really, really good athletes, and Brody would be the first one to tell you he cannot run fast, but if he's open, he's going to catch the ball. If he's thrown it, he's going to catch the ball.
And he wasn't just open; it was like he was standing on an island last week. That was pretty exciting. Same with Wilson.
What creates that is a very similar situation when we were on defense versus Andalusia. When you're such a run-heavy team, and you're getting runs, and it just takes that one guy to just slip up.
Yeah.
Well, we seized that opportunity.
Yeah.
Threw the ball where it needed to be. He went up and caught it, and he did the most Whitehall celebration I've ever seen, Lowndes County celebration I've ever seen. So proud of you for that, bro. You show some emotions. That's a first.
I've enjoyed watching those guys.
I have too, man.
Wilson catching that ball on his hip. I think I even said on radio it looked like he had Velcro on his hip. That thing just hit and stuck. And
let's catch it clean next time.
Well, it scared us a little bit, but
catch it clean next time.
They're fun to watch, and listen, they all are, bragging on that line up front who's continuing to work.
Man, there's a clip. Play 86 is what we always do moments of the game on Sunday, and there's a moment where, I sometimes I fear, and I think the best person to ask, get him on at halftime, is call Coach Campbell in here. But sometimes I fear that I just don't have fun. I just so worried about managing all the things you have to manage. And but there's a clip, play 86. We all had some fun.
Did you?
We ran a fake to Josh, a play that we've had in. We pulled 2 guards for Josh, and Josh carries out his fake perfectly, which freezes the linebacker. Caleb keeps the ball. He's running up the sideline. You watching all us screaming because it's a play that we had worked on.
Yeah, it's working. It's working. We're doing it.
Screaming. But most importantly, you see all 5 linemen running down the field. You see Brody, JJ, backside guys who are the backside receivers away from the play, busting their rear ends to get into blocking phase. You see Courtney with his hands on his guy blocking. You see Wilson screaming, waving Caleb that way. It was just it's having fun.
Yeah,
they're having fun. And the message in the pregame tonight when I walk in that locker room is going to be take you back to the first moment you had fun.
Yeah,
the first moment, because I remember my mind like it was yesterday. Man, my mama would not let me play. I begged. Mom, I want to play some football. But we grew up baseball in my family, softball, and a guy who actually does our Monte Carlo night.
Oh, I've been here. He's my favorite crap dealer.
Yeah.
He and his son both come out.
He went to her. He was my baseball coach, and he went to her. He was like, "Hey, let him play." And she let me play, and I remember touching it, and like I weaved through I was just weaving through them, and I scored. And I was like, I want to do this the rest of my life. I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't even want to pick up. I don't care about a basketball or baseball. I just want to do this the rest of my life. And it was fun. It was pure. It was fun. It wasn't, hey, let's get on social media and tell you how many tackles I got. It wasn't. It was, hey man, I'm out here with my boys and I'm having fun. And so let's do that tonight. Let's do that.
They're gonna have some fun. Hey, we were talking about a defensive back who was so locked in and absolutely shut down their stud number 7 last week. Let's give him a shout out.
Man, Ricky Williams, man. If you want to know what coaching, if you want to know what Coach J's, that kid is everything I want. Quiet, works his rear end off. He takes tough coaching because I coach that position. I mean, I'll probably say his name. You've been at practice. I'll probably say his name 35 times. Yeah. And you know what he says? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we talked about
and does what you say.
Correct.
Not just yes, sir, to shut you up.
For me, and I don't even know how long we got, but I got to jump into him. For me, man, one of the things he had to do well was stem and not give away his coverages too well, because when you're a good receiver and you can pick up, oh, this dude's inside leverage, I need to, he was jumping outside to the inside. He was 12 yards coming down to press bell, and I know you're like, what? He was doing all those things, and it was really causing an effect. There's a play, 3rd and 8. They had gave us split twins, the splits to the boundary, twins us to the field, and then we kept saying when the H-back's away, you're going to get a play action with a slant ball. It's an RPO. Rick, you got to drive that because the linebackers are going to be going. They're going to fly because they know people know what we're doing. They're going to fly with that motion. I mean, with that action. And I'll be dog. He stems inside. They throw that ball. He met the ball before he got there, hit the dude. And I'm over there like, man, I love this kid. Shout out to Ricky, man.
That was awesome.
In the words of Dylan Rogers, you want to win, put Ricky in.
We'll get the celebratory hoodie with that on it this year. You want to win, put Ricky in.
If you want to win, put Ricky in.
Well, and this team, literally, it was when I was up in front of Sanford Hall Monday night in Auburn, talking with some of those guys, Spencer Bach and others, where we're
Spence was there?
Oh yeah, of course.
Nate Downs.
Yeah. Oh man, how did we not get Nate?
Yeah. See,
well, listen, I mean,
it's
not me that didn't get them. I mean, we put it out there and tried, but 19 came. It was amazing. But anyways, Spencer, I think, was the one who mentioned, and I'm sorry if it wasn't, but this team is fun to watch because it's truly a team. Yeah. Folks aren't, hey, show me that one person, or hey, even Caleb.
But it tried to be that for a little bit.
It did,
and they grounded themselves back. But you know who did it? Caleb.
Yep. Hey, it can't be one. Can't be one. It's got to be all.
Hey, and this is for anybody and everybody, and this is all teams in America. You can hear me right now. He could throw for 3,000 right now if I need him to, run for. I need him to be for everybody.
Yeah.
And he's been doing that. And you saw him last week, 10 for 12, 166.
Yeah.
8 carries for 156. That's perfect. That's what I need him to do.
I've been impressed with his decision making lately too.
Come on now,
he's doing some really good. When you've got a quarterback who's genuinely making decision and choosing between options, he's doing a really good job. So kudos to those guys. BTW is coming back. You've seen this team. You've watched film of Jackson. You've watched film of the playoffs. You know what we're going to face. I know it's not about them. It's about us. But how are we doing anything different to prepare for this game? Or are we?
Oh, yeah, of course. We have different formations that they haven't seen. You can't go in there and just be the same plain Jane. We're gonna give them some different formations. What you were referring to earlier when we say we got BS is that, you can't be worried. Justin, do you worry about what's going on in my household?
No,
because then your household will be out in shambles.
That's right.
You'll have Meg going crazy with 3 kids at home when you over worried about
that. Happens regardless.
Yeah. But you better get home and figure out what's going on. And so we have to be true to us.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to give some new formations and some sets and some motion? Yeah, we have to do all that because it's coaching. But at the end of the day, we're going to run the football. We're going to take our shots when we need to take our shots, and we're going to play some really good defense.
Yeah. Period. I'm excited.
And win on special teams.
Yeah. Oh, you know that. I mean, that basically could be the Bradley Plumbing Heating.
The
Avis Car Rental keys to the game. And we'll do it again in a second. But the the fans are here, and I guarantee you one of the first things they want to see is when this game starts, they want to see Catholic be Catholic and show BTW that that they're not going to get a freebie this week. They're not going to catch a team looking ahead. And
why would we be looking ahead?
Well, we wouldn't.
But I seriously, that's not even a joke.
But many teams would.
Why would we?
Well,
we haven't done what we're supposed to do.
We have not, but many teams would. I don't know. I can't speak for Jackson, but if I'm Jackson, hey, we've knocked off Andalusia. We've got a 3 seed. We got to travel. We're on the road at a 3 seed. Let's knock these guys off and go play what could be the best team in the state. But they're going to play Jacksonville tonight.
We're not the best team in the state.
What could be the best team in the state. And hey, and the one with the blue trophy at the end is by the way,
that's the best team in the state.
And we're still in the fight. But so I don't know what happened with Jackson.
So we're one of the best teams.
Well, right now we're one of the 4 best for sure.
And we have been for how many years?
4 in a row.
Okay, thank you.
4 in a row.
In the name of Jesus.
Well, and now we got to do it different.
We got to
get there. We're going to get there.
We must.
We're going to do it. And so next week, I'm going to say it. When we are talking next week, I'm saying it right here.
We're talking next week?
Well, there's a chance. You got to do your
regardless. I'm saying regardless.
Oh, well, you and I will talk next week.
Yeah, okay. Just not on radio.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what. It's my favorite part of the week, Kurt.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I walk into the coaches. Oh, Justin, thank goodness you came down here. This is one of the boys.
Hey,
listen,
guys, the water is getting real high in here. roll your pants up. I just want y'all to know how this relationship goes. Kirk, we need you real quick. Oh God,
what are we moving?
Oh gosh.
Hey Kirk, will you get your truck and help me move a piano?
Oh gosh.
Actually, Daniel Harbin is my piano mover. You're my. I don't actually know what we're getting into, but I'm confident it's heavy mover.
I sold my truck.
Did you? Well, hey, yeah.
I have a Honda Civic now.
That just means we're putting it on the roof. But no, seriously, yeah, we're going to talk next week. We're going to talk about a state championship. It's going to be super exciting.
I'm talking about on the radio.
Well, I mean, the only person who can control that is your football team, which we have actually no control over because they're 15 to 18-year-old boys. We talk about that every week. Avis Car Rental, keys to the game. I could do them for you, but you've got to do them. Talk to me about defense being defense. Talk to me about how special teams is going to have to be perfect, and they're going to help flip the field and win the game, and how on offense we're going to run the ball and pass when we have to and just be perfect in all phases and play smart football and be who we are and not worry about that team who has a little bit of chip on the shoulder and all the motivation in the world. You go.
And there we were. I'm Justin Costanza with your Bradley Plumbing and Heating pregame show, and that was your Avis Car Rental keys to the game.
Right. You say them better.
You kind of botched them a little bit, but we'll
fix it.
Okay, we got you. So special teams is definitely one. They're not very good on special teams, so we're gonna capitalize on that. As far as
not just our special teams, but theirs. We're gonna focus on their special teams. And that means when they're kicking the ball,
two returners back on punt, so we can keep the field position because when he kicks it, he doesn't go far, and he likes to take a couple rolls and whatnot. So we want to capitalize on that. Kickoff return, all those things. We feel like we have the advantage. So let's capitalize on the advantage.
My goal is to only kick off once. Is that
to only kick off once or be on kickoff return once?
Huh? Yeah. To receive. To receive. You know what I'm saying. We only want to receive their kickoff.
Okay. I'm good with the second.
We're going to kick the ball 17 times.
I hope so. Yeah. And then the next one is before defense, we got to protect the ball. It's supposed to be a wet night, and so of course turnovers could play a big factor into that flipping the field. You're talking about you flip the field and you fumble the ball. Like we want to, and we had a fumble Friday night that we were fortunate enough that we got back. So we have to protect the football. We have to treat the football like it's what it is, the football. You can't go anywhere without it. So we want to protect that. And then last, we cannot give up any big plays on defense. We have been a defense that bends but doesn't break, and so let's continue to be that. I think the last big play we gave up was ACA as far as a long touchdown. I remember Joe P against T.R. Miller running the kid down and making a huge – we work that every Tuesday. It's Turnover Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so we must continue to be those – I mean, guys, it's a football game. They're game planning right now for something that we probably don't do well or we overlooked, and then he's going to go do it, and I got to make the adjustment, and then we got to sit down and play football. We can't give up my eyes is over here, and then he threw it over. No, we can't do that. So we got to be ready for that.
Yeah, and we will be. And like you mentioned, there will be something that we're either not prepared for, or we don't know, or
I don't want to say not prepared for.
Yeah, let's not say that. There will be something that we don't know that they're going to surprise us
just
with.
like they don't know about something, and then it's on them to make an adjustment.
Exactly. That
Did you make the
that
adjustment?
you guys are putting in. I love that.
Did they tell you about it?
No. Something.
So
about
what
it.
happens is we all get in the huddle.
Yeah, and then
11 people run. No,
donuts.
11 people run out there, and then the Costanza runs to the sideline. It's the Costanza play.
Oh, that's
We're getting the
ridiculous.
proper people in their proper positions.
Hey, Vincent wants to be ball boy again. Speaking of Costanza on the field.
He's welcome to it. It's going to be a heck of a ball boy night tonight. It's
Oh,
going
my
to
goodness.
be soaking
Nasty.
wet.
All right. Well, here's the last thing I'll say. We're hitting the 32-minute mark here. Everybody on Praise 96.5 getting their Bradley Plumbing and Heating pregame show money tonight. You guys have really been, and I hate to label anybody or anything, but in thinking about what made me think of this is you saying, hey, there will be something we haven't seen and we will adjust. You guys have been a second half team like I don't know I've seen you guys be. And so if for whatever reason BTW has a glimmer of hope early, I just want them to know they're not going to have a chance.
I'll say this, and then we do have the end because we can't be on here for an hour. 51 and 5. This is the seniors class, seniors group. This is their 57th game.
Wow. They are currently 51
and 5.
And wow. And 3 of those games are the last game of the season.
2 of those games are the last game of the season. Oh, yeah. Well, the state champ. Yeah. So their state championship year, they lost to 5.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that? My goodness.
What have they not seen?
Yeah. There's nothing out there.
So let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. You heard it right here. Coach Jay said we're prepared, we're ready, let's go, and we're going to do the same. I'll be back live with Deacon Mike Costanza in just a minute. Coach Kirk Johnson, know that you got us all behind you.
Love you guys, man. Love you guys. Love you, Ma.
We'll see you we'll see you in 4 quarters. Maybe talk about a big victory. From Montgomery Catholic, I'm Justin Costanza, and go Knights.
Bradley Plumbing and Heating is one of the oldest service firms in Montgomery, the original Bradley Services Company since 1945. That means you get hundreds of years of combined experience to solve your problem. Sure, they have been taking care of some of the largest buildings in central Alabama for decades, but that same professional quality service of Bradley Plumbing and Heating is available for your home as well. Whether you have a clogged drain or an AC or heating unit that's not working, don't waste time or money. Call 271-0700. Bradley Plumbing and Heating since 1945, the original Bradley Services Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Montgomery Catholic is playing in the 4th round of the Alabama High School Athletic Association playoffs. We're getting the obligatory hello and attaboys from Dean DeLongchamp in the booth. Montgomery Catholic, actually, the Golden Eagles of BTW have won the toss and have elected to defer to the second half. And Montgomery Catholic will receive.
Which means we'll never trail tonight.
That's
I say boldly. So we were doing a little prognosticating, and it's hard to balance. We beat this team 56-6, 3rd game of the season. They came in 1-1 and lost their 2nd game, and they ended their season 6-4. Did BTW of Tuskegee, and they've always been a fun team to play. They're a great host. They have a great principal who's a leader in their school, and she gets real involved, has a megaphone, and their in-stadium announcer, Chrome Dome, has all sorts of those sayings. A lot of fun.
He wanted to come up here in the press box with us tonight. We may see him. Well, the stage is set. Montgomery Catholic is ready to play. 12 minutes are on the clock, and your Little Donkey Mexican Restaurant kickoff will actually happen at the beginning of the next half or when we score after we receive this one. It is your We Lunch at first quarter, and it is time to take a bite. Montgomery Catholic, 2-hour left, backs to the home, to the gym and the north end zone. They're going to pooch kick it down to about the 25-yard line. If this goes out of bounds, we'll see a flag come out. Looks like it may have been smothered at about the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights, and it's going to be at the 24-ish, Mike?
Yep, and a little indicative of the the condition of their special teams. Athletic director Mr. Veras told us today at lunch when we were on the radio, y'all were on the radio with Doug Amos, that they could kick it as hard as they want and it goes 20-some yards.
Yeah, well,
so
that's exactly right.
They made it about 35. First and 10 for the Knights.
First and 10 for the Knights. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. That's the short half of the field. And those guys will go in motion. That's Brody and Mr. Hodges coming to the near side. Number 6 has got the ball. He's going to keep it on the ground and come around the corner. It'll move it 9-ish yards, second and short upcoming. And, Mike, that's what we were worried we would not be able to do if the playing surface was absolutely soaked. So very excited to see that Josh Griffin is able to get around the outside, pick up 9, second and 1.
Looking from here, the field looks in outstanding condition. That bright green, kind of Smurf green, has kind of faded to a more natural green, but it looks solid.
It does. This one's going to fall incomplete off the hands of Josh Griffin, the intended receiver. Pretty decent penetration in the backfield from the Golden Eagles there. And it'll bring up 3rd and 1.
And that ball skipped off of, you say it was Josh's hands, and kind of teed it up for a potential pickoff by these BTW Golden Eagles who were poised and ready. 3rd and very short, 11:21 left in the first quarter of this, the 4th round.
Brody,
and they have completely stepped into our line.
So Brody Hudson went into motion, and as he passed behind the center, the nose guard stepped in, and that encroachment will move the chains. Thank you to the Bubbly Hen and to the offsides by the defense there. Your Golden Eagles have that traditional BTW Tuskegee yellow-gold helmet with a stripe down the middle and then all-white jerseys. The Knights in all black helmet, jerseys, and pants with royal and white trim all the way around. And this is going to be a pass into the flats, a pickup of 6 through the air. From the 39 out to the 45, it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Knights.
J.J. Williams was over on the far side, turned immediately, and I tell you what, Caleb turned and fired it to him, and they're ready already, 2nd and short.
From the shotgun, going to hand it off to Josh Griffin again. He's got a lead blocker, and he is pulled down from behind by number 9, not an enormous player.
Nope, Javis Floyd Jr., 11th grader, from Tuskegee, brings him up short. No gain or very little at all. 3rd and 4 to go. Knights under 10:40 here in the first quarter.
0-0 in favor of the Knights. 3rd down and 4, trying to get to the 49 in their own territory. Number 1, your senior quarterback, Caleb McCreary, looks to the sideline, makes an adjustment, talks to the line. They reposition, get set. Montgomery Catholic has Courtney Williams on the near side as a lone receiver, 2 to the far side. And it'll be a pass to Wilson Hodges, the same play that we saw twice last week. Once to Wilson and once to Mr. Hudson. And Brody and Wilson both able to get about 20, and that did just the same. The Bubbly Hen first down moves us into Golden Eagle territory.
Brought down by a 10th grader.
All right, they're going to hand it off to Josh, who is immediately met behind the line of scrimmage. It'll actually be a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd and 11, something we don't see often for Montgomery Catholic.
Joseph Phillips, a senior for BTW, and then another 10th grader, Montavious Brooks, penetrated our line, grabbed him behind the line of scrimmage, put him down. 2nd and 11 or 12, under 10 minutes.
All right, from the shotgun formation, Wilson Hodges in the H-back on the near side. The ball is on the near hash. Wilson moves to the left. He'll block. Caleb's going to keep it. Moves outside, gets to the numbers, and decides to come back. He'll be tackled for a loss of another 5. It's going to bring up a 3rd and very uncharacteristic 15 yards on 3rd down.
A lot of penetration through our offensive line by BTW. Showed a lot of speed and kind of ran around our line. And they trapped Caleb, who was trying to go around the far end, and then turned around, came back this way. But by then, the swarm overtook him, dropped him again for a loss, 3rd and 15. 9 minutes to go.
We got a stacked line on this near side. 3 receivers standing, 1 up at the line. They'll snap the ball. They want to pass. Josh, in the flats, and they're going to throw it to JJ. They needed 15 yards, and J.J. got 16. If he stayed in bounds, he did. Bubbly Hen moves the ball.
Wow.
J.J. Williams, the big pass from your quarterback, Caleb McCreary, and it's going to be close to the red zone, 1st and 10 for the Knights.
Nice pass, even better catch. What made that possible was our offensive line that looked kind of porous the last play, but really held and protected Caleb.
All right, motion by the two big guys, 17 and 18, come to this near side. They're going to pass block, go out. 18 in the end zone was the intended receiver. Brody would have had a touchdown. It flew over his head, uncatchable. It'll be 2nd and 10.
It was kind of thrown up there. I don't know.
It
really
may have
been for 13 or 18.
Yeah, so it may have been intended for Courtney Williams, but Brody was under the ball. But
Yeah.
you're right. Courtney may have been coming that way, but. An incomplete pass, something that we don't see too often. So we're getting some of our nervousness out here maybe. 13, Courtney, the wide receiver on the far side. J.J. Williams, the lone man on the near side. The ball's on the ground. It's going to be 3rd and 12 after a fumble is recovered by your senior quarterback, number 1, Caleb McCreary. And like I said, we're just getting it all out, and here goes Gigi.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, and she wasn't excited enough.
All right, he's in the game.
Yeah.
This is where we need to see it. When your quarterback and your running back have a bobble, make a change. I like to see the change. Let's see what we can do. We got Courtney on this side. Got J.J. Williams on this side. We got we got Brody Hudson, who has just motioned to this near side. And we are under 10 seconds on the play clock. Game clock at 7:49 and counting. And we're now going to put 4 men in the open
2,
wide receiver.
1.
We are going to have to call a timeout. And we do call a timeout, Montgomery Catholic will, and we're going to send it to a word from our sponsors. Montgomery Catholic leads 0-0, 7:42 to go in your We Lunch It first quarter of play. I'm Justin Costanza.
I'm Deacon Mike Costanza.
And go Knights.
Montgomery Catholic Knights football is on the air thanks to our generous sponsors. Bradley Plumbing and Heating, Inc., Institute for Total Eye Care, Little Donkey Mexican Restaurant, We Lunch It, Dogwood Media Solutions, 3 Squared Technology Group, Morgan Stanley, Hoops League, State Farm, Ken Bishop, AKD, The Bubbly Hen, AmeriFirst Bank, Designer Smiles Dental Studio, Capital Container, Dr. Brian Kelly, Medicine and Surgery of the Foot, and Avis Car Rentals.
All right, well, we are back. We've got 7:42 to go in your We Lunch It first quarter of play in your Bradley Plumbing and Heating pregame show. Montgomery Catholic's head coach said, hey, we got to be perfect on all aspects of the ball, and we are seeing a couple of missteps here. Had a fumble that was recovered just now, and on 3rd and long, I said 12 earlier. It's really more like 13 and a half or 14. Wilson Hodges goes from wide out to closer up to the line of closer up to the offensive line. Josh moves from right to left. Motion from J.J. Williams from the far side to the near side. And then there's a flag that comes out. That's going to stop play, and it'll probably be against the Knights, make it 3rd and about 19.
Illegal procedure called against the Knights. Going to back us up 5 yards. Will bring up 3rd and 18, if my math is right. And 7:41, the clock has stopped here. First quarter. Just, I've been looking forward to this all week, and then all day today. It was hard to concentrate. And tonight, the excitement's in the air. We're a little tight. We're a little tense. This is a high-pressure situation for our guys to be in. We're going to get settled down here, and it'd really settle us down if we got a first down on this long 3rd down.
First down here, a touchdown would absolutely settle those nerves. It's going to be a dump pass here to J.J. Williams back to the original line of scrimmage, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds. Good news is we're definitely in at least 4-down territory, or possibly with Kicker Dude's 42's leg, we may be kicking for 3. It looks like they are going to mark him down. Wow, did not gain much at all, only 7 on the play. And this would be about a 45-yard field goal. So we're going to punt. I would not be surprised if we saw a fake punt here. Now, you're going to see Matt Russo look to the sidelines, and number 5, Keltrick Washington, is looking to the sidelines to Coach Jay. If we get a signal here, if he likes what he sees, and he didn't like what he saw, so we're going to do the straight-up punt, come to the near side, and try to stop it before it gets into the end zone, and it's going to be inside the 1.
Inside the 1, stopped by Ricky Williams. He was standing on the goal line facing the kicker, and the ball hit and really darted up into his left, but he reached out, grabbed it, pulled it in without going back into the end zone. So BTW is backed way up. They're going to be huddling in the end zone,
Mike,
and the ball is put on the inside the 1 yard line.
This is what we need to see.
Yep.
So watching those decisions be made by Kirk, super fun there. And really, it's not about, hey, are we gonna fake punt or not? It's really about what does the defense show us, and do we need to be able to move the ball? A 12-yard fake punt, a lot there. I love how we've pinned them deep from the end zone. From the quarterback from the shotgun is going to come out to about the 1 yard line at the most. The ball was placed on the 3. Looks like they're going to lose potentially a yard. They're not going to mark off the yard, but they will change it. It'll be 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
2nd and 10, 6 minutes, 25 seconds left here, first quarter. In semifinals, we've got BTW Golden Eagles of Tuskegee against the Montgomery Catholic Knights.
All right, the defense keying in here on the coaches on the sideline. Fun to watch them make some decisions here. They've got nowhere to run. They will either lose a yard or it'll be 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 at best for the Golden Eagles. The clock continues to march down. We're at 5:55 and counting. 0-0 your score in the We Lunch It first quarter of play. And the Knights defense might be the first to get points on 3rd down if the Golden Eagles are not careful here.
It's going to happen right here. The Knights are going to push them back. And the stands are on their feet. The student section is alive. The band is moving around and playing. And Galen in the booth next to us is excited.
All right, AmeriFirst Bank, your Stop 'em, Hold 'em Night sponsor here. Going to try to come up big. They're going to look to pass from the end zone. It's going to be a pass caught by number 4, and he will be brought down at the 10-yard line. The line to gain was just past the 10, so it will still be a 4th down situation for the Golden Eagles.
Big number 4, Marquez Daniel, 10th grader, but he's all stretched out and grown. He's a tall young man, and reached up after that ball, got his mouthpiece knocked out. He's getting it back in shape, kind of straightening out his helmet. But he's asking to come off the field. He's going off on his own power. But the Golden Eagles have 4th and 4. We have a punter in the end zone.
And we're putting full pressure on here to make sure that they actually kick. And they do probably the longest kick of the year, out to the 50, across to the 45, and rolls down to the 43. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights in their own territory here. About 57 yards to go to be the first to strike. 0-0 your score, 4:32 on the clock. And Amanda Meckler Day saying, listen to that band in the background. I love it. Go Marching Knights. That's exactly right. Thanks to the Designer Smiles Dental Studio for bringing us the Marching Knights, not only in all 4 quarters, but also at the half. And we do have some updates, again, brought to you by our favorite State Farm agent, Ken Bishop. St. James is ahead of Mobile Christian, 7-0 with the early lead. And
Catholic pass downfield.
Oh, look.
Caught by number 4 in the midfield. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. He's still going, Justin.
He makes a move.
Inside the 20.
He's going to head down to the 10-yard line. Here I am. I'm as excited to tell you that Cherokee County had scored, and the Knights almost do the same. On a quick to the line of scrimmage, I mean, there was no wasting time. And listen, let's just go right back to it. They're sprinting to the line. The Knights are 1st and goal from the 10. One wide out to both sides from the far hash, trying to get into the end zone. Caleb McCreary tries to call them offsides, and we may have done it. Oh, they're going to take a timeout is what's going to happen. 4:10 to go. The Knights knocking on the door. 0-0 your score. We'll be back after a moment, or after a word from our sponsors in just a moment. I'm Justin Costanza.
I'm Deacon Mike Costanza.
And
go Knights.
Your next adventure is calling. Avis Car Rentals can get you there. Need a car for your next trip or while your car is in the shop? Brian Bonikowski and Scotty Parrish at Avis Car Rentals are ready to get you where you want to go. Visit avis.com for your special offer.
Giving you the smile you deserve, visit Dr. Jennifer Richardson at Designer Smiles Dental Studio for routine cleanings to a brighter smile. Designer Smiles Dental Studio on Chantilly Parkway. Call 270-7751 or visit designersmilesdental.com to become a patient today.
All right, and we are back, and with 4:10 to go, the Knights are up to the line of scrimmage after the Golden Eagles take a brief timeout. Defense trying to get set from the shotgun formation.
Raise the roof. What's that?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
The
So
clock is stopped, and the referee with the white hat has finally signaled that play can begin. The play clock now ticking. The game clock, 4:10 and stagnant until the ball snaps, a flag comes out. It's going to be illegal motion against the Knights. Illegal movement, false start against Montgomery Catholic. And 1st and goal from the 10 turns into 1st and the same from the 15.
You know, the Golden Eagles took that timeout, right?
They did.
And, you know, that was a pretty smart move. It stopped the momentum, and then we pile on with the penalty. But here we are, 1st and goal from inside the 15, just barely.
All right, they're going to keep it. Quarterback, keeper number 1 gets in 7 yards or so down to about the 7-yard line, maybe 6. It'll be 2nd and goal from outside the 5. And, we're watching the big boys run on the field. Joe Pierce is in. Keltrick Washington is in, and so is Dylan Rogers. We are in goal line stance, and some of the quick skinnies run off for the big boys.
Second down here, 3:38 and counting. There's no score in this game, Justin. I almost said, hey, we both asked for 28-0 at the end of the first. We're going to be happy with 7-0 here in a minute.
We are waiting for the snap motion from the far side to the near side. A high snap. Keltrick and Joe Pierce are going to block. Caleb's going to try to get into the end zone, and 2 flags come out. There is a chance it's holding, and there's a chance it was holding against the Knights. So 2nd and goal from
That's costly.
The 5 or 6 is going to be much worse than that. Your AKD Facebook broadcast tonight, it has, about 90 folks plus tuned in right now. And Mary Forsyth is one of those, home with Jim. And glad you guys are resting from a long week and listening to the Knights. And in honor of you guys, we're going to try to put it in the end zone. 3:20 on the clock, and it is going to be 2nd and goal from the Golden Eagles 17.
17 backs us up 15 after that holding penalty, and every referee on the field saw it in the middle of the field as Caleb scrambled for yardage and pushed ahead, and evidently we blatantly broke the rules.
JJ, the lone wide receiver on the near side, and Courtney Williams on the far. They're going to throw into the end zone to number 18. It was batted down, well defended, and we're just looking to make sure that no flags. Nope.
Brody.
Yeah, that was Brody Hudson, number 18. Incredibly well defended. Brody made an athletic play to go up, try to bring it down. Really would have been a one-handed catch. Unable to do so. And not upset about that there. Really a good job by the Golden Eagles of staying on those big guys who can pull it in quick. 17 and 13, the wide receivers on the near side. And J.J. Williams is going to go into motion, and somebody's going to move again. There's going to be – or is that a timeout? That is a timeout by the Golden Eagles. And we're going to do the same because we don't get to all night long. And it is 0-0. The Knights knocking on the door again. 3rd down and goal from their own 17. I'm Justin Costanza.
Deacon Mike Costanza.
And go Knights.
Little Donkey Mexican Restaurant in East Chase is Montgomery's go-to spot for high school tailgating and pre-gaming this year. With family fajita packs, taco packs, and famous fried chicken packs, you can feed groups of any size, or you can try their chip and dip platters for any sized crowd. And they've made it easy to order. Just go to the website at thelittledonkey.com. Choose the Montgomery location and choose pickup or delivery to place your order. Little Donkey Mexican in East Chase. Mexican food with a southern soul.
And we are back. Montgomery Catholic in the booth with you. 3:12 on the clock. 3rd down and goal from the 17. We're making that number up. That's kind of what it looks like. Hard to tell exactly. The ball on the far hash. And the big guys are back out there ready to go. Giovanni Hayner at fullback. 3rd and goal with Gigi in the backfield. He's going to block. Throwing to the end zone to the near side. Is it Joe P? Is it up? Is it a incomplete pass?
Well,
they blew a whistle. Against offsides against the Knights. Once again, unable to do much good when you are taking your own feet out from underneath you like this. You know, we said earlier, hey, we've got to come out. We've got to score earlier. We've got to build some confidence. We've got to get the wiggles out. And, Man, I didn't know we were going to have so many wiggles.
Well, we're gonna get to where we're concentrating here in a minute. So 3rd and long to the goal. 3 minutes 11 seconds left. Play clock already rolling. Caleb trotting off from the side of the field, and Joe Pierce over here on the far side or near side. And that was a great pass and almost catch before. Same play. Looking downfield.
Looking downfield. Caleb runs to the near side, needs to pass, and he is going to hold on to it and only get about 5 yards. He does get back to the middle of the field. This will be a field goal unit or –
Yeah, 42's out there.
All right, here we go. We're going to try to strike first with a field goal. The ball is placed at the – what is that, 20-yard line. This will be a 37-yard field goal. They're going to be 36 based on the spot. So the ball to be snapped by Josh Hildebrand, held by Brody Hudson. My goodness, that's twice tonight. Brody Hudson. And kicked by 42. Joe Reeves, kicker dude. Great snap, good hold. Men in the backfield. This one's good from a half a mile away. Did it have the towards?
Oh, my gosh.
They're going to say that it was far left. This one had 42 yards extra on it. Sails way over into the baseball field, and they're going to say that it was no good.
This is a little taste of that in my stomach. It's a little taste of that, hey, we come in thinking, we beat them 56-6. We gotta buckle down. I think that got their attention, and let's see what our defense does here, Justin. They are the momentum setters. The defense, they're the ones that backed them up with a beautiful punt. Special teams put the ball on the 1 yard line, and we held them. They did get 1 first down, and then they had to punt, and we got the ball at about the 45. Drove down, and penalty after penalty after penalty, we backed up. And now Booker T, 1st and 10 from the 20.
All right, a high snap, handoff.
Quick handoff.
They are going to get the ball about
clothesline.
2 yards past the line of scrimmage, maybe 1 at the most. And Montgomery Catholic's defense is going to hold them to about a yard. 2nd and 9 upcoming.
He had a head of steam and ran into our defensive line. Not sure which one. Cornelius Drake up there. And they're backing the Eagles up. So what's good for the Goose is good for the Golden Eagle, and backing them up, illegal procedure. So it'll bring up 1st and again. And since it was from the point of the infraction, it may be more than 1st and 15, but it's at least 1st and 15.
All right, Montgomery Catholic's defense trying to stand up, and they are going to do that. There's some very aggressive blocking there with Miles Cotchery. That was pretty fun to watch. I think I saw a comment pop up there from Matt Spikings, tuned in up in the Birmingham area. Matt gave a gift on Giving Tuesday, he and so many others. We had 261 donors.
That's quite an accomplishment. Y'all did a great job presenting it. Of course, you're talking to a very generous community of support. Montgomery Catholic is loved by many.
So amazing. $67,000 raised. So awesome. Amy Hay also tuned in. She's definitely going to be listening to the halftime show. They're going to hand it off on 2nd and very long. A loss of 5 on the last one.
Maybe the ball on the ground.
Did the ball come out? Does Montgomery Catholic have it on the 17-yard line?
We believe so.
Montgomery Catholic does. Defense is keeping us in it. Defense is doing what we want them to do. It's giving us a chance to get back out there. And Montgomery Catholic will be on offense right where we left off. That is outstanding.
So that was kind of the same play. The quarterback turned and handed it off. They went right for the right tackle and right guard, who's to the right of the center when you're offense. Guard?
The guard, yeah.
So right guard, and that's when we whacked him and dropped the ball. And I'll say they've got at least 2 10th graders playing early in this game, does BTW, on defense and offense.
These guys are athletic at the start. We're going to see how this game matures. Quarterback's going to keep it, comes to the near side, going to roll around an outside block and swarmed by Eagles. A loss of 4 on the play moves us from the 18 back to the 21 or 2. It'll be 2nd down and not goal to gain. The line to gain is about the 8-yard line, 105 and counting after that tackle for a loss.
Caleb showing a little frustration, and hopefully it's just frustration with not being able to stretch out and go for 6. But It's a team effort. We got to keep our head in the game, Caleb. Come on.
You know, one thing we could really say, excuse me, yawning
Uh-huh.
way too early in this game,
Mhm.
the time of possession has benefited the Knights. It's
Yes.
time to get some points to show for it. 3 wideouts to the far side. Josh comes out of the backfield. He's the check down receiver. Josh is not going to be the intended receiver. It will be thrown for a pass, caught around the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
JJ.
And that
caught the
was
ball,
J.J. Williams.
And there's a flag down on the 5-yard line.
Very good. You know, that is actually potentially okay for us. That's in the neighborhood of
Hands to the face or
Yep.
late hit.
out of bounds. Who knows? And it is going to be against the Golden Eagles.
What was it?
Was it?
All right, definitely against the Golden Eagles, so that'll probably be
They have
Oh,
not. They
they're-
have not spotted the ball.
they're going to mark it back. Yeah, let's just watch and see what happens.
All right.
Definitely
So
against the Golden Eagles.
there's a lot of communication here. The Whitehead has come to the near side. He's talking to Kirk Johnson. Kirk is not going to do anything but make sure that he gets this absolutely correct. Hello, Julie Reynolds, who's tuned in. Julie and Jeff, some of our biggest supporters of all things. And talk about another Giving Tuesday supporter, Wednesday supporter,
Yes,
Friday night
that's
supporter.
right.
And 2nd
right.
and 15 for the Knights will turn into what is the question.
Yeah,
Here
that
goes the
marker.
ball. Umpire's going to move it up, and we are going to be, well, it's not as far as we thought it would be. So it won't be a first down. It looks like the ball will be placed at the 10-yard line. The line to gain is about the 8. So it will be 2nd down and a long 2. 34 seconds to go in your We Lunch It first quarter of play. 0-0 your score. The Knights on offense trying to punch it in.
This is going to happen right now.
Trying to get in from the shotgun. 17, Wilson Hodges in the H-back. He's going to pull, lead block. Josh is going to get the ball, come to the near side. Playing on the short end of the field. He is at least going to get a first down, but I believe there's going to be a holding call against Montgomery
good.
Catholic because we're in the red zone. That's how I know there was a holding, and it was against us. We're up over 100. We're at 120 on the AKD Football Radio Facebook broadcast, and that's 120 unique logins. That is probably representative of 200 to 400 people. Some of you guys are sitting around listening with multiples, and we're glad everybody's here. Plus, you're out there in the Praise 96.5 universe on the terrestrial, on the app, or online. 2nd down and very short has turned into 2nd down and very long, a 12-yard opportunity upcoming. The White Hat back out on the field does call the play, says yes, it was holding. It is 2nd down. He'll trot out to blow the whistle and get this thing going. 27.9 seconds on the game clock. The play clock now running, waiting for the snap. Senior 1 is going to hand it off. 6 has got the ball. Josh Griffin trying to get towards the end zone, and he's only going to pick up about 6 on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 or so. And, yeah, it looks like that maybe 3rd and 7.
We have not beat this. I have not beat this dead horse much this year in the last few games anyway. You know, if they'd run to the wide side of the field,
yeah,
he could still be running.
He could, yeah. And it is exactly what happened. He tried to turn up field. There just was no field to turn up to. Number 1 and number 6 in the backfield. 1 wide out to the near side. 13, Courtney Williams. 2, make that 3 on the far side. Kind of in a little triangular Mighty Ducks formation over there. And the Flying V is led by 17. He's not going to receive the ball through the air. Caleb wants to pass again. He needs to get rid of the ball. He's going to be tackled for a loss, and he is. Well covered were all the Knights receivers. Caleb got out of the pocket and should have gotten rid of that ball, but he did not. It's going to be a loss of about 14 on the play. Moves from the 12, 14-yard line out to about the 27, and that is going to be the end of your We Lunch It first quarter. Mike, here's a question.
Yes.
Has there been a first quarter that has passed without score from either team? I know
In
at
the history
end,
of football, yes, but between Montgomery Catholic and one of our opponents this year, I'm not sure. The game.
Not sure either.
We were behind Andalusia. We didn't score in the first half.
It may have been 8-0 at the end of the first quarter
Yep.
for Andalusia.
Yep.
and we hadn't scored a bunch in some of those other playoff games. But 0-0 in favor of the Knights at the end of your We Lunch It quarter. First quarter brings up the Dogwood Media Solutions. Second quarter of play, 0-0 the score. The Knights do have the ball.
A little excitement on the other side of the field.
There is.
They are into this.
You know,
the band. I thought it was just the band, and then I really thought it was the cheerleaders. Then the band was in it, and then look at all the moms and dads. They're up waving arms and having fun. They come to have fun, and we're gonna host them well.
If there was a victor of the first quarter, Montgomery Catholic would have owned time of possession.
Definitely.
But a 0-0 result, I think, is a win for the Golden Eagles. So.
It
you
is.
know, I said it on the pregame show with Coach Kirk Johnson. We are a second half team. We may be at the point where we just, no offense to the Dogwood Media Solutions group, but we may just want to get to the second half. We are fourth down and about 19 yards to go, and Caleb is out on the playing surface. We're going to try to draw. We're going to move 17 and 18 to the right. They drop back, want to pass, needs to throw, needs to get rid of the ball. He's going to tuck it and run himself. He's going to get a first down and move out of bounds. He needed 18 yards and got every single one of them. Caleb McCreary trying to throw downfield, tucks it, runs. You know, we were worried, Mike, with a wet field, is he going to be able to do that? Boy, that didn't stop Caleb McCreary right there.
Yeah, very hard to catch. Now, you said he tucked it and ran.
He held it as far away from his body as he possibly could and danced downfield.
Yes.
You know, he's got that Gorilla Glue on his hand. Joe Pierce in the slot. He's the single wide out to the near side. It's first and goal from inside the 5 up to the line to talk to his players. Is your senior quarterback.
Or he's talking to the other guys.
He really might be. Looked like he was.
Yeah.
And number 6, Josh Griffin, is in the backfield. No stranger to touchdowns, 1 or 6. This one is going to be Caleb McCreary across the line. And second down and goal from inside the 1. A head-to-head tackle there by the Golden Eagles. An excellent and rare stop at the line. Really defending the goal line well. It'll be second and goal. You know, all that means is more time on the clock. Mobile Christian still trails St. James. Can Montgomery Catholic punch it into the end zone?
Touchdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is yes. The first of the night. The Knights lead 6-0. Kicker dude, 42, Joseph Reeves onto the field. Let's kick for post, get them between them, and add 1 tonight. We need it. 6-0 your score as we are 42 seconds in to the Dogwood Media Solutions second quarter of play. And I'm not sure who kept that, if they handed off, if that was Caleb or if they handed off to Josh. But that was an excellent touchdown. There was a penalty on the play handed against the Golden Eagles, some form of illegal tackle and touching, and that will be adjudicated on the kickoff. Montgomery Catholic will be kicking for an extra point here. Josh Hildebrand the snap. Brody Hudson the hold. Joseph Reeves the kick. This one's up. This one's going to sail all the way to the gym, and it is perfectly good. All right, Todd, put some burgers on the grill and drop some fries. He did it. It's 7-0, and we're finally rolling. Let's do this. 11:18 on the clock, and we're going to take a brief word from the sponsors as we get set for a Little Donkey Mexican restaurant kickoff. I'm Justin Costanza.
Deacon Mike Costanza. And go Knights.
Dogwood is a proud sponsor once again of Montgomery Catholic football. Hi, I'm Brian Harris, owner of Dogwood, based right here in the Montgomery area. Who are we? Dogwood is your organization's outsourced marketing solution. We can supplement your current marketing staff or be your marketing department as a whole. We have a staff of experts so you don't have to. Want to check out our work? Visit montgomerycatholic.org or holyspiritmgm.org. Ready to talk? Visit dogwd.com. dogwd.com.
All right, coming back for your Little Donkey Mexican restaurant kickoff. The penalty from the previous play in the end zone has been marked off, and so instead of kicking from our own 40, we are across midfield, and Joseph Reeves is going to try to kick a 55-yard field goal from the Golden Eagle 45.
Yeah, this is almost unfair. So you just kick it down to the end zone and go from there? Or do you do a squib kick?
It'd be interesting.
Do an onside?
I tell you what.
Let's watch.
Let's see what they say.
Okay.
You know, I have a feeling that we're going to kick this a metric mile, which is contradictory. 11:18 on the clock. It's your Dogwood Media Solutions second quarter, and the Little Donkey Mexican Restaurant is going to kick it deep from across midfield. Kicker dude up to the line, and this one is going to be good. It sails over the fence. That was about 60 yards in the air. Todd and Kathleen, I know, are proud, and we're going to do a good job here on defense at the 20-yard line where it will be 1st and 10. We do have a Ken Bishop State Farm agent update for you. St. James does still lead by 1 score, 7-0 over Mobile Christian. St. James on the road. And frankly, I'd love to see St. James drive 2.5, 3 hours back with a victory headed to Bryant-Denny next week. Pike Road playing Saraland on the road in Saraland, just north of Mobile there. Trails by 2 scores, 14-0. Big 5A battle there in Cherokee County. Westminster Christian, the victor of that game, plays the victor of this game for your 4A state championship. Cherokee County leads 22-0. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 20. They will pitch it off, a little reverse. 18 gets it, and an excellent block that is illegal is going to completely blindside someone on the Montgomery Catholic Knights team. It's going to be a loss of about 10 anyways, and I think the penalty will get us half the distance to the goal. I am glad that I was not watching too closely because I would feel really bad about whoever that was.
Yeah, he got plowed and illegal, but he popped right back up.
He did. He did.
And then we got a little revenge on the other side.
Yeah, I tell you what, my goodness. All right, shout out to Miss Lori Gully and Joni Gully and Diane Costanza, who are celebrating the Klusiks tonight at Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant. And yes, we are missing your comments, but we are not sad that you guys are celebrating. It will be 1st down and 3/4 of a mile.
Well, they backed them up at least 15 yards. Ball on about the 8-yard line.
As we get set for 2nd down and 23. 2nd down and 23 for the Golden Eagles. The ball, hard to tell exactly. It's inside the 10. Looks like it's on about the 8. And the Knights going to make sure that they can't pass too far downfield. Getting into the end zone, trying to flush him from the pocket. Comes out of the end zone, stays on his feet at the 10-15, gets to the 17 or 18 out of bounds. Now, he needed to get to the 30, so it will cut the line to gain in half, but it'll bring up 3rd and 10 from near the 20-yard line.
Elijah Hall, their number one, their quarterback. And let me tell you what, we had him pinned or backed into the end zone, and then when he came out on this side, really right towards the booth, he had some jets. He could fly. So he covered a lot of ground, mostly diagonal. Now it brings 3rd down and 10, and the clock is stopped at 10:49. The play clock's under 10, but they're getting ready to hike the ball.
3 wideouts to the near side. A big 3rd down spot here for AmeriFirst Bank to step up. And tackled for a loss in the backfield. The ball is on the ground. That ball came out. Keltrick Washington came in like a dump truck.
Wow.
And he absolutely upended the quarterback. All legal. Ball popped out. It's going to be a 4th down and 21 yards. The Eagles did recover the ball, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what happens when you come to Montgomery Catholic and try to stand in the way of us getting to a state championship. In the words of Matt Spikings, boom, I love it. Facebook, you're exactly right. All 101 of you. Like a bunch of Dalmatians running around out there. The Knights are going to receive the ball at the 40-yard line. Caleb McCreary is actually back to receive on the near side, and Joe Pierce will be the man who gets it. A fair catch, and he's still hit. There's going to be is there a flag there? No. All right. They're going to catch the ball at the 38-yard line, and Montgomery Catholic will be 1st and 10, fully operational in Golden Eagle territory. Full momentum, 10:23 to go. How about the superintendent, Montgomery Catholic alumni, former principal at Montgomery Catholic, Chad Barwick, current superintendent down for the Archdiocese of Mobile, calling in from South Alabama saying, let's go Knights. And his predecessor, my predecessor, Faustin Weber, saying go Knights all the way from Texas.
Hello, Faustin.
Faustin excited to see us to try to do in one season what we only did a couple of times in the 90s, and that's win multiple state championships. Volleyball's done it. Can flag football. Can volleyball. They're going to snap this ball. Giovanni Hayner is going to take an absolute bullet to the face, and that block is not even worth it because Caleb still brought down at the line of scrimmage on the near side.
Knights.
That holding flag against the Knights, I'd be real interested to see that one on replay. I'm curious if it's in the backfield or if it's up at the line. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just curious about where it happened. There's if there was holding by Giovanni there, it's because their face masks were intertwined like spaghetti noodles.
Yeah.
10-14 on the clock.
He was holding on to his brain so they didn't shoot out the ear holes. But 10-14 left, first half. We're in the second quarter here. Quarterfinals. We're at Montgomery Catholic. And the Knights lead 7-0. It was a scoreless first quarter.
All right, Giovanni in the flats. Will not receive it, but J.J. Williams will. He'll be tackled from behind. A gain of 5, going to bring up 2nd and 15. Mike, you know how you can score on 2nd and 15 from the Eagles' 45?
How?
You can say things like, hey, Thomas Jude and Margaret Barenko are listening, and they say, Go Knights. All
Thomas, Jude, and Margaret. 3 of my favorite Barenkos. I got a lot of favorite Barenkos, but those are 3 of my favorite.
And, Ben tonight, Mr. Mom, I mean that in all the good ways. Yeah. Elena out of town for a few days, and he is going to help us get into the end zone right here. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Brody and Wilson, 2 of them. J.J. Williams, the other. Can't see to the other side, but there's only one. Giovanni's in the backfield. He comes out into the flats, wants to be able to block or pass to, and Caleb McCurry is going to keep the ball for himself. He'll pick up about 8. There is a flag, and he is hit out of bounds.
He's got to be hit out of bounds because the defensive player was 6 men deep into the other team on the other sideline, and there was plenty of hitting and shuffling going on. A lot of momentum going that way, but let's see who it's called against. Caleb.
Caleb picked up about 14 or 15 there, needed almost 20. And I'm going to think that one was brought to us by Thomas, Jude, and Margaret. They got us a big one. Didn't get a 6, but they got us a first down, and so did the Bubbly Hen.
Bubbly Hen, first down between Caleb's blistering run for his life, and when he got out of bounds, there was a lot of extracurricular activity.
I pulled it up a little bit more, Daniel. Hopefully that sounds a little better. Mike Moore at home sent his bride to the game, but he's listening from home. So many folks right now tuned in. The Knights lead 7-0, 9:18 to go in the second quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. We got 3 wideouts to the near side. Wilson Hodges, the closest to the line there. The center, we got J.J. Williams and Brody Hudson on the near side. Josh Griffin going to be the ball carrier. Moves it about 5-6 yards. It'll be second and about the same upcoming.
You know, those kind of plays where we run, spread them out, and then plow into their defense, we're going to wear them down. I believe we really will. There are a lot of young folks playing on that, and they're playing both sides of the field, not getting a lot of relief, and our guys are kind of platooning in and out, as we've seen, especially on the last drive. And the Knights are going to wear these guys down. 2nd and about 7, 8:44.
H-back on the left side, 2 wideouts to the near side. H-back's going to pull. Caleb's going to keep it, and he's going to be tackled for a loss in the backfield by about 7 people. Should have been a loss of about 6. He gets half of it back. Going to bring up 3rd and close to 10 now for the Knights, trying to get into the red zone. The ball now on about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, some of these, I wish we were go ahead and getting rid of that ball, handing it off. And they're keying in on our number 1. They're keying in on Caleb. And it's a good thing to do because you know he's got about 10,000-plus yards, so you know he's going to run it a bunch. A lot of motion coming this way. Caleb's still looking over to the side. Josh Griffin in the backfield next to him.
Somebody moved.
Movement.
Tell you who didn't move. That was Carl and Coach Ed Tatum, who are on the fence here in the house at Montgomery Catholic. Tammy Quillen from the rehearsal dinner. Marie getting married tomorrow. She's tuned in. She knows where to be. It's not Friday night without Tammy and our. She is basically a couch potato, and you know, Tammy, that's a term of endearment. Our real couch potatoes are celebrating Kathleen Klusick, as our father Alex and Kathleen, who are tuned in, listening and watching from Ixtapa as well. And the Knights take a timeout after a brief penalty, it's going to be 3rd down and 15 upcoming. We got some folks tuned in. Michael Stewart is with Parker Ivy. And, Michael, I think this is the Parker you said smells and talks real funny. So good luck. I'm sure Parker can't hear me say that. That's real sweet of me, I know. 7:54 on the clock. Folks all over are tuned in. And Vicki Dixon keeping us up to date. Shout out to Vicki for her great work on who's that from?
Debbie
Metters. Yeah.
She's also at Kathleen's birthday shindig. Hello, Father.
And but tuning in to Facebook and tuning in Montgomery Catholic on Tuesday, $67,000. Big. So Jean Nato today got visited by Father Connor. Give her a shout out. He says she's listening. Hello, Mrs. Nato. And saw one of your boys in the stands on the way up here, didn't we?
I believe saw Mike and his sweet wife. And Miss Nato loves some night football, listens on a regular basis. And Diane and I and others get to bring her communion on Sundays quite often. And she's a doll. She's a sweetheart. We love seeing her. And so, hello, Mrs. Nato.
3rd and long brought to you by Dr. Kirby Plessala and family. They tune in a lot of Friday nights. Let's just assume they are tonight. Giovanni Hayner is going to block from the backfield. Kayla McCreary is going to throw to number 2 in the end zone. This one's going to fall incomplete on 3rd and long. Going to bring up 4th and the same. A quick pass there. And no, there's an empty backfield in the booth, Michael, but thank you so much. We got lots of folks here. Got fans in Mobile listening tonight and cheering for the Knights. That is from our shepherd, His Excellency, Archbishop Rohde.
Hello, Archbishop. How are you, sir?
Hello, Archbishop. Very nice. This is very exciting. And, guys, we're going to try to give these guys something to really cheer about.
Oh, here comes kicker, dude. I wondered if we were yeah.
7-0, the Knights lead.
We're going to have to call a timeout.
Bryant Denny.
4 seconds.
There's
3
5 seconds on the play clock. And they did not get it called in time. And so we're going to adjust. And so instead of kicking a 45-yard field goal, we are going to punt. And that's just fine. Number 31, Matthew Russo, getting down there. And, we got folks all over the place tuned in and listening because they want to know, can Montgomery Catholic do what this football team has never done? We've gotten to the state championship, but we hadn't brought home the number 1 first place Blue Map trophy. Is this the year?
I think so. And we were there, Justin. That was quite an experience. I want to go back and win, though. The punt is up, straight up in the air, which is what we needed. It's going to fall inside the 10.
And it is going to go into the end zone. We got played a little bit right there.
Yes, we did.
So the receiver, or the intended receiver there, back to catch that ball for the Golden Eagles, kind of play faked a little bit, called for a fair catch and moved like he was moving to the ball.
Froze our guys.
And our guys stopped moving. He wasn't anywhere near the ball. It landed about 14 yards to his back left and unfortunately bounced just about a yard into the end zone. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, cost us 19 yards, but great play, heads-up play by the Eagles. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
7-0, the Golden Eagles trail. The Knights lead by 1 score. This pass falls incomplete. There is a little bit of a try to pick that ball up off the turf. It was not a backwards pass, but it was close.
It was close.
And so the Knights were not going to leave that to chance. 2nd and 10 upcoming, 7:36. Your score here in the Dogwood Media Solutions. Second quarter, 7-0, the Knights lead.
Smart play because not sure whether it was really caught or not until the referee makes it clear. So a safe play is pick that ball up. 2nd and 10, 7:36 left first half. Knights lead 7-0.
All right, and somebody with a big old head knows more than me. And, yes, it is natural grass, not turf, or at least artificial. I'll tell you what's on that natural turf right there. That is the quarterback and running back from the Golden Eagles, attempting to keep it on the ground, moves left, picks up a big gain of about 5 yards. Haven't seen quite that production yet. 3rd down and about 4, maybe 5 if we're lucky.
Healthy spot there, healthy spot. 7:18, clock running, and the Golden Eagles break their huddle, come to the line of scrimmage, and the play clock's under 15 already.
Hey, this one is Liam's birthday, Liam Johnson's birthday. All he wants is for the Knights to win. Let's go, Knights. I love it, Christine. And this ball stops.
Flag.
false start on the Golden Eagles. Some of the best field position on third down they've seen.
Wow.
It was 3rd and 4. And if this holds, it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, they're backing them up. We can empathize with them. We did it about 32 times on the other end of the field. I don't know how many. We'll look at halftime how many yards and penalties. We had at least 40 to 50.
Hey, I love it.
Literally.
Gary Jackson, you're a fun fan. We love having you. Let's Go Knights from Jackson, Alabama. Those guys definitely cheering, trying to get somebody to knock these Eagles
Throwing
off.
it downfield.
And I'm going to tell you right here, this was a well-defended pass by Gavin Phelan. The Golden Eagle intended to receive was number 13, and they threw the ball 35 yards before it falls incomplete. Bit of a rainbow there, lots of time to get under it, and I believe there was an ineligible receiver downfield. The Knights have declined the penalty, and that will bring up 4th down. So it's 4th down and 8. Mike, it takes 14 games. I wish Michael Stewart was in the booth to interpret the sign language, but we're getting it.
We're getting there. 4th and 8. Clock stopped at 6:43, and the play clock is rolling already, and the Golden Eagles are still putting on helmets and getting set.
They are.
But their quarterback, who is their punter, is standing inside the 20, and the ball is low knuckleball.
Low kick, and it is going to be scooped up at the 47. Comes out to midfield, across down the 40, 35-30. Number 2, Joe Pierce, skips one man and goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st and nearly goal for the Knights from about the 12-yard line. Huge special teams. Kirk Johnson said it. Regardless of how good we are, we know that they are going to struggle, so we need to capitalize, and we did there.
We did. We picked that ball up when we could have easily let it go.
I was nervous. I'll be honest. I was nervous that he was bent over.
Yes.
It was bouncing. The Golden Eagles were getting in his face.
Yep.
Yeah, they did it. Michael, where are y'all driving? 6:30 to go here in the second quarter, brought to you by Dogwood Media Solutions.
In the red zone, 13-yard line.
7-0, trying to make it more. Here we go. 1st and 10. Got to get down to the 2 to move the chains for the Bubbly Hen. And number 6 is going to hit one man head on, gets away from him, skips right, comes back left, leans forward, still has the ball, spins again, swims another, hoops the other, and finally goes down. I did not make those words up. It actually happened.
Just like you called it.
And that play literally lasted 8 yards and 14 seconds.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Clock running. 6 minutes left in the first half. Knights 7-0, knocking on the door down here. 2nd down and about 3. Ball placed on the 5-yard line.
All right, we gotta get this one in before we get to Parker's house in Pike Road. 5:46. A ball snap. Falls to the ground, picked back up. Caleb keeps it, lunges towards the end zone, and he is going to be down inside the 1-yard line.
I don't know how he got the last 3 yards. They
Go gadget arms.
Yeah, they tackled him, and he stretched underneath the crowd and put the ball on the – now they've moved it back.
All right, but the Bubbly Hen did get us a 1st down.
Yep.
So we're within inches of the goal. And number 6 flanks number 1, quarterback shotgun, calls for it. Joe P. is going.
God.
We're going to lose the ball.
Oh,
the ball
my God.
dropped and hit the ground.
He say incomplete pass?
Yes,
Second down.
They're going to call it an incomplete pass.
Thank you, Lord.
It was as close to a dropped ball as it could possibly be. I think Daniel Veras on the sidelines, less than pleased. Less than pleased.
Yeah, all right, let's hand the ball off or just hike it to somebody that wants to run it. Let's not get fancy.
We're going to send
driving it up the
Wow, number 6 going to get the ball, moved to the right, comes up, needs to lunge forward, not able to, held by the ankles. We're going to be 1st and goal from the 6-inch line. We're going to drop the ball, and now we're going to be tackled for a loss of 2, bringing up 3rd down and goal from the 4, maybe 3. And they're going to bring the normal guys, the big guys come off, 13, 4, 18, 17, all on the field. Let's see what we can get. Bo knows, and I think he needs to go right over the top. 13 for the Knights. Courtney Williams, the lone wide receiver to the right. That's the short end of the field. J.J. Williams on this far side here. They're going to hand it off. Nope. They're going to pass this one into the end zone, and it is batted down and nearly intercepted. Oh, wow. That was interesting. Montgomery Catholic is going to be 4th and goal from about the 4-yard line. And
kicker dude's in there.
That wasn't dropped by the Knights. It was dropped by the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, they had 2 Eagles on that side between our intended receiver over on the far pylon to get into the end zone, and he was waiting for the ball as 2 Eagles could have caught it, batted it down. So this field goal is up.
And it was blocked and picked up. All right, and he is going to be tackled at about the 13-yard line. So this one gets blocked, picked up by the Golden Eagles. And
wow, yeah, the ball just disappeared into the night. So the Eagles broke through our line and just covered it up, instantly picked it up. I don't guess you can advance it. And the ball stops. And you having 3 conversations over there?
Chad Barwick thinks he's lip reading.
Okay.
He's wrong.
Okay. And we're keeping it clean, Chad. Keeping it clean. We need
here's what we really
prayers.
need. I need Pia Hayner to stop looking at me through the window.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
4:09 on the clock. The Knights defense needs to do what they do best, and they're going to stop him after a pickup of about 4. That's about all you want to give them on first down. It'll be 2nd and 6 upcoming. Devosky Boyd tuned in, graduate from about 8 years ago, and we're going to need. Yeah,
we need the ball back. We need to stop and the ball back. We need to score again before the half turns over, runs out here, and the Knights are on defense. We need a momentum shift here. Let's get the ball.
All right, they're going to high snap. Quarterback's going to keep it. He sees a little bit of green grass. He's going to get a first down. Picks up about 8, gets the ball out close to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. And we're going to do our best on defense we need a better stop on first down here than we've been seeing. The big guys up front, Garrett Samford and Harrison Rogers are talking here on the right side of the ball, trying to make sure everybody's where they need to be. Zay Rudolph, number 7, doing the same. The big guys up front, especially number 5, Keltrick Washington, trying to communicate about where the line is showing they're going. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 on the far side. Ball in the center of the field, trying to get out to the 37. They want to pass, a little screen pass, and this is going to please do not throw a flag, and an inadvertent almost pass interference, but it was not called and it was not necessary.
Brings up 2nd and 10, 3 minutes on the second quarter. 7-0 Knights, but BTW, the bad guys, have the ball on about the 27, 28-yard line, moving left to right. Eating up some time here. 17-16 on the play clock.
Yeah, a couple of interesting line judge opportunities. A no call just made. Michael, I'd love to see your replay. 3 minutes on the clock, 7-0. The Knights need a big stop, 2nd and 10 for the Golden Eagles.
Holding and a
throwing
block
from
the back.
And this is intercepted by Montgomery Catholic at the 49. He's going to pop up. That's number 2, Joe Pierce. In the NFL, he'd have popped up and run 49 yards for a pick 6. But we'll take 1st and 10. The Knights need this. We need to get it going. We've only got 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in your Dogwood Media Solutions second quarter of play. And Montgomery Catholic cooking with gas, ready to see if we can get this into the end zone.
1st and 10 Knights, ball on the 49, and nice interception. Let me tell you, BTW Golden Eagles looked like they had their feathers plucked on that. They were dejected. They've got their hands on their hips now. It looked rough. So 2 minutes and 53 seconds before the halftime for the Knights. We need a touchdown.
From the 49 of the Golden Eagles, the Knights with a real tight set, 3 receivers on this near side right up at the line of scrimmage. They're all going to block. Caleb's going to bring the ball around at the 50 across down to the 46, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 from that point. The clock at 2:41 now and counting. We are going to need we got plenty of time. We know what we can do, but we need this to get into the end zone and use this momentum shift. Alex is exactly right. Now, the spot shows that we still need about 7. So looking for that. Caleb is going to pop back, pass, throws downfield. This one is beautiful and caught by 13. Courtney Williams It's going to be a bubbly hen. First down, Montgomery Catholic Knights. 2:17 as they move the chains, and they are quick up to the line of scrimmage inside the 25 at the 23. One wide receiver to the far side, sophomore, number 4, J.J. Williams. And they are going to stop this one, and they're going to say that a timeout was called.
BTW?
We'll do the same here as we are
blame
going to
them.
get set. Kiki Smith has gone to get her rosary for intermission.
Good.
2:15 before we get a break. 7-0, the Knights lead. I'm Justin Costanza.
I'm Deacon Mike Costanza. And
go
go Knights.
3 Squared Technology Group is a proud supporter of Montgomery Catholic, providing exceptional IT industry solutions with impeccable customer service and attention to detail since 2016. 3 Squared takes pride in offering real IT solutions for clients nationwide. Visit their website at 3squaredtechnology.com. That's the number 3, squaredtechnology.com.
We're back live on Praise 96.5. All right, 2:15 on the clock. And the Knights on offense, 1st and 10 after an interception at the 49. And then a big pass to Courtney Williams. Courtney is your wideout on the near side in the slot. J.J. Williams, far side, just an H-back. That's 17, Wilson Hodges. Flank to the quarterback's right is number 6, Josh Griffin. The wideout to the far side, that looks like Brody Hudson. And they are going to hand off to Josh, who is only going to get 1 or 2 on the carry. You know, people have been asking what has changed for BTW Tuskegee. I'll tell you what I've seen has changed. The 6 or 8 guys at the line of scrimmage on defense are playing ball.
They are. They're doing an outstanding job. They are fast, they are physical, and they are into it. And you can see them every play as their excitement turns into a penalty against them. They jumped. So that'll bring up 2nd and 5. But they have been into every play. They have not, other than that interception, I haven't seen a second of discouragement. But
yeah, these guys know. I mean, listen, you're in the 4th round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
You've got the best team in the state, 7-0 just before half. Come on, you're in the game. Now, Knights, let's get some separation and change that philosophy. First down, high snap, pulls it down. Number 6 gets it back up to the line of scrimmage. And Josh is going to bulldoze a couple, but he's not going to be able – listen, I say he's not going to be able to push, and he keeps pushing. I think the Bubbly Hen just ordered up a first down to about the 13-yard line. They have not signaled it yet. He should have been tackled at the 15, and he just continued to chug.
The BTW Golden Eagles were trying to steal the ball from him instead of trip him up and put him on the ground. Brings up 3rd and inches.
3rd and a width of a football. They'll hand it off to Josh again. He'll get the line to gain and a couple feet more, and he's still on his feet. He'll get 6 or 7 yards. He'll get 8 yards. He'll lunge towards the end zone. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. And look, they're fast up to the line again. Josh Griffin flanks quarterback. He's going to get the ball for the 3rd time in a row. Can he get into the end zone? He is met in the backfield by number 2, who's going to pull us back for a loss of a couple. It'll be 2nd and goal now from about the 7.
Yeah, he did. They never got him down, and whistle blew. Brings up 2nd and goal, 56, under a minute here. The Knights are back up to the line quickly.
47 seconds and counting. Shotgun formation. Giovanni Hayner is in the ball field. Ball game, and he's got the ball, and he's going to move towards the end zone.
Push him
he's going to drive and push and try to get. They still haven't blown the whistle. They're standing him up. He's going to get inside the 3, down to the 2, a pickup of about 5. 33.6 seconds on the clock, and somebody is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, Giovanni's helmet came off, so he's got to come off the field. And now they're winding the clock up, 32, 31. Knights are set.
All right, 35 on the play clock. So we've got to snap this ball here. 6 is going to get it, and an excellent defensive play on 3rd and goal. I'm not sure how number 3 and 4 get into the backfield, but they've been doing it all night long. It's 4th and goal now from the 2. The clock is at 10 seconds and counting. They're going to let it get all the way down to 1. This will be the last play of the half. Montgomery Catholic, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, timeout. 1.9 on the clock. The Knights lead 7-0, and I think we're going to try to extend it to 10. adding 3 here. The entire team being called out onto the field. The entire team in the huddle with Coach Jay. The entire team hearing the words of the coach that is trying to put a little spirit and put a little spunk into the Knights, who have had the ball so much of this game and have struggled to score and have struggled to do what they needed to do when it was time to do it. But now with 1.9 seconds on the clock, can the Knights muster a final effort, a few more points? Will it be 3? Will it be 6? We will see. The huddle breaks. Coming back out onto the field, the Knights on offense, and I see 42, kicker dude, Joseph Reeves. Can he put the exclamation point on? This would be basically, effectively, a chip shot like an extra point. Brody Hudson to hold, 42 to kick. The Knights coming up to the line of scrimmage, and there is no call them off sides and get a first down. It's 4th and goal from the 3. Basically here, a 20-yard field goal, and guess what they did? They called them off sides, so they'll move it 3 inches closer.
And guess what?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
So they're going to say that from the 6-inch yard line, we're going to go for it?
That's what they did. They pulled everybody off from the kicking team, and now Caleb's in, and Josh Griffin's in. I like simple and straight ahead here.
Just plow forward. Number 1 from the shotgun, Charles Chappelle. Number 0, number 5 is in there on the right. They're looking like they're heavy right. They're going to have to get this ball and go. We await the snap. It's good. Number 1's going to keep it. Number 1's going to lunge, and number 1 is going to score a touchdown for the Knights. That's the way to end the half. That's the way to exclamation point the end of your Dogwood Media Solutions second quarter, and that is the way to lead by 2 scores at the half. Kicker dude back out onto the field tonight. Been a strange night of kicking here.
This extra point brought to you by Chappie's Deli, where the answer is yes, we can, even
before you call.
5 locations.
0.0 seconds on the clock. This will be it. No time needed.
They pulled them off sides again.
And they're going to, that'll be interesting. Go for 2. Decline it. No, they're not even going to move the ball really much here. Weston will bring out a new ball. Weston Bell. Hadn't seen Vincent's out there. He's like as B team. He's B team to the B team.
I see him down there. Blue shirt, gray shorts.
Good. Yeah.
On the sideline.
Yes.
He's directing traffic over
there. He's telling everybody what he knows and they don't. 13-0. We are set for 42. Brody Hudson on the hold. Josh Hildebrand the snap. Been perfect all night. 13-0. Can we make it 14? Do this for Archbishop Brody and Chad Barwick in Mobile. Let's be 14-0 at the half. The kick is up. And it is.
Good.
It's good for the superintendent and the Archbishop. 14-0 be your score, and we're going to head to, let's just say that Grant Smith is tuned in live on Facebook, paying keen attention to all the facial expressions. See if you can read lips, my friend. Sharon Stark says, woohoo, let's go. And I say, see you in 20 minutes. Stay right here for an excellent band-centric halftime show. Some great information about 2 of our Shining Knights. 20 minutes are on the clock, and we'll be back with you in that much time. For Montgomery Catholic's 14-0 lead at the half, I'm Justin Costanza.
And for Alex Costanza listening, I'm Deacon Mike Costanza. And go Knights!
We want to thank our greater Montgomery Catholic community who have helped make this radio broadcast possible. And now, for your family and alumni roll call sponsors, the Aaron family, Megan, class of 2015, Riley, class of 2017, Mitch, class of 2019, Catherine, class of 2023, and Claire, class of 2028. Ben and Elena Barenko, class of 2002, Joan and Barry Cavan, Cuenco Bernardo family, Austin Cleghorn, class of 2021, James Cleghorn, class of 2016, Lainey Cleghorn, class of 1986, Senior Cooper Davis, Steve and Marcia Hitson Davis, Stephen and Charlotte Deep, class of 78, in memory of Michael Deep. From our first AD, Dean DeLongchamp and his family, Mike 1987, Michelle 1990, and Melissa 1995. Go Knights! Mary Lee Egger, in honor of the class of 1957. Alan and Julie Emerson, class of 2000. Sean and Laura Feely, class of 2006. Mary and Jim Forsyth. The Couch Potato Cheerleaders, Joni and Lori Gully. Rick and Joey Harris. Helen and David Hayden. The Lathram family. Bobby and Bonnie McClure and family. Mike and Carrie Moore. Christine and Mickey Noel, class of 1991. The Kirby Parker family. The Reardon family. Jason and Tisha Rhodes, in honor of Hayden Rhodes Howell. Brian and Jennifer Rogers. Mark and Diane Schultz. The Scala family. Teresa and Greg Trelaw, Ricky, class of 2019, and Amy, class of 2023. If you would like to be part of our Montgomery Catholic Knights roll call, visit montgomerycatholic.org/radio to join the team. Thank you and go Knights!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your halftime show. It's the iTech halftime show, the Institute for Total Eye Care, for the only eyes you'll ever have. And we've got a special guest. Senior John Scott Jackson is with us, and we're going to talk a little bit about what you did this summer. Now, we see you every Friday night, and of course, yesterday at the band concert, but you're in the marching Knights and concert band, and, you know, music is a big part of your life, and very rarely do we have single spotlight student opportunities on halftime, but you get to share a little bit about your summer. So introduce us a little bit and tell us, we're going to talk about you being a Cavalier, but tell everybody who you are and kind of how we got to this point.
Hello, so my name is John Scott Jackson. I'm a senior at Montgomery Catholic. I play the trumpet, and I've been in the band since middle school. I love it here. The music program was actually a big draw for me to come to school here. It really lured me in, and it's kept me here ever since.
Music's a big part of your life for sure.
Absolutely.
As is your parents. I mean, you guys eat, breathe, sleep music, and that's pretty powerful.
Absolutely.
And I know that you've got the support of all the adults in your life, and Montgomery Catholic is trying to love you along a little bit. And today, let's just celebrate quite an accomplishment. We were talking a little bit off air. Hunter Daly, another Montgomery Catholic student and marching band member, did something very similar. The South Winds that we talked about. Is that the right name? I'm getting that correct?
The Southwind Drum and Bugle Corps.
Southwind Drum and Bugle Corps that he participated in this summer. You did the same thing last summer, kind of a Division II Drum and Bugle Corps, and you shot for the moon this year, and out of thousands of folks who tried out, they just select about 175 or so students to be, and I say students, I really should say young musicians, 16 to 21 years old, and you were selected. Tell us a little bit about just really not only how you got into the Cavaliers, but a little bit too about what the Cavaliers is.
Well, the Cavaliers Drum and Bugle Corps is a competitive world-class or Division I Drum and Bugle Corps based in a suburb outside of Chicago known as Rosemont. The Cavaliers are sponsored by the village of Rosemont and are 7-time world champions. I discovered Drum and Bugle Corps by seeing a performance actually by the Cavaliers when I was in middle school, and since then it was just my dream to march with the Cavaliers. And after marching a year in Division II or open class with Southwind, I set my sights higher. I took a shot in the dark and just auditioned for the Cavaliers, and lo and behold, and
that was like a 3-round audition. It's not just like, hey, I'm going to submit a tape and pray it works out. Tell a little bit about that process, because that was a big deal.
It was very long and drawn out, and it was very tiring, to say the least, emotionally and physically.
Yeah.
The first round, I went to Atlanta, and after giving my initial audition, I got feedback and was given a callback, where I was called back to the second round.
You say you got feedback. They tell you, hey, we really like this. Hey, we wish we saw more of this.
Exactly.
Oh, very cool.
And then the second round was held in Dallas, Texas. I went there and once again received feedback and was given a callback. I was told that of the callbacks, I had the highest score. I was the first person to not be given a spot, and so that gave me a lot of confidence to keep practicing. It motivated me to keep doing what I was doing so I could get better. And then the third round was held actually in a elementary school just outside of Chicago, I believe in Coal City. And there, I finally received my contract and was officially given a spot to march in the Cavaliers.
Unbelievable. So 3 rounds. And so now the Cavaliers travel all over, but you had to travel all over just to get in. So Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago. Talk about commitment. What was that time frame? So obviously the Cavalier performance season is summertime. So when was the Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago?
Well, the Atlanta audition was actually the very first audition they held. It was during Thanksgiving break, so around November 20th, I believe.
Okay.
Happy
anniversary. That's just a year ago.
The Dallas audition was around, I believe, mid to late January.
Okay.
And then the Chicago audition was the first weekend of March.
Wow. And that's when you found out. That's when you start fundraising and planning for the summer. And they give you the music at that point. Now, this isn't just playing the music. This is also having to march and be a part of that. So when you show up after school is over, what do they expect you to already know?
Well, they expect me to understand. Think of it like football. They expect you to understand what the workout exercises are, what the reps are. Now, over the summer, going with the football analogy, we learned the plays over the summer, but we were expected to already understand what the drills were, what to do in the workout room, all going with the football comparison.
I like that analogy. Very good. So you showed up, you knew what was going to be expected of you, and then they teach you the routine, so to speak.
Exactly.
How long did it take you to learn that routine?
The performance.
Yeah, the performance. Yeah.
1 month.
Wow.
Every year, every drum corps has what is known as spring training, where they're stationed in one place. The Cavaliers were very fortunate to receive housing from Adrian College in Adrian, Michigan.
Wow.
And for 1 month, from May 28th through June 28th, we learned our program. We learned the music. We learned our marching drill, like where to go, where to be in formation, when to move, how to move, all the little bitty fine, minute details. And then on June 28th, we started our tour.
Wow. So give us a glimpse of a day in the life at Adrian College. That just sounds like marching band boot camp, basically. You eat, breathe, sleep it. Give us just a kind of a rundown of a typical day.
Well, the average schedule would be wake up at 7:30, have breakfast for 30 minutes, and then start PT or physical training.
Yeah.
We would, from 8 to 9:15, we would do, it would depend from day to day. Some days we do cardio, some days we do exercises, and other days we do basic stretching. And we would do, for like the cardio days, for example, we would run 8 laps around the football field, trying to get it done as soon as possible. After about a week of getting in the flow of things, all 165 of us were able to get 8 laps around the football field in about 22 minutes.
Oh, wow. What did the tuba players think of that? I just profiled. Maybe I shouldn't have said
that. Well, this kind of goes with the attitude of the whole corps, of the corps as a whole. Everyone just woke up ready to work. Yeah, we were probably going to get beat to death a little bit some days, but it was part of it. It was part of the process. We woke up, we knew what we had to do to get better. We had our eyes set on the prize, and we did what we had to do to get there.
I love it. All right, so now it's June 28th. You guys are ready to hit the road, and literally you hit the road. You guys did how many performances, competitions, whatever? What's the right word? Shows.
Performances, shows.
Yeah.
Every show was a competition. We would be in a list of other corps from across the country would come to one performance, and there would be judges on the sideline. There would be judges in the press box giving feedback and critique for whichever aspect they were assigned to judge, and we would receive a score, and the score would determine our placement. The Cavaliers performed in, I believe, 24 shows. Unfortunately, we had to cancel 3 of them because about midway through the season, a stomach bug went rampant throughout the corps.
That's not good. It's not good. Were you victim to the stomach bug?
I fortunately was not, but there was one day out of the 80 hornline members, or people playing instruments such as trumpet, trombone, tuba, of all 80 of us, there were 16 of us able-bodied enough to rehearse.
Oh, no way. Wow. What were some of your favorite places you played this summer?
Some of my favorite places I played, well, of course, Lucas Oil Stadium, the football stadium for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Also, the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas.
Very cool.
I got to play in War Memorial Stadium.
Very cool. Where is War Memorial?
I don't know my geography. I believe it's in Arkansas.
Okay.
Very
cool.
old, very historic stadium.
Yeah, super cool. I mean, I know it. I've heard it 100 times. It's hard to place. What was the farthest place you guys traveled to?
In regards to like from Montgomery?
Yeah, farthest place away from here. Maybe that's the best way to say it.
Well, the furthest I traveled from Montgomery was Whitewater, Wisconsin.
Oh wow! Did you bring back any cheese?
Well, no, but I did get to have some pretty nice cheese curds that were being sold at a concession stand.
So what's so funny is driving through Wisconsin in that area. It's my favorite thing. Literally, like from a gas station, just traveling, getting cheese curds. It's hilarious. People down here have no idea. So you then become a Cavalier. How long are you going to be a Cavalier? Is it a one and done? Do you have to reapply every year? How's that work?
You have to reapply every year. Some corps, once you make it and you march and you compete in a season, you are automatically given a contract. You're automatically given a spot for the next season. The Cavaliers like to keep their members competitive. They like to prevent complacency, so they force everyone to re-audition. In fact, I'm actually traveling to Indianapolis this weekend to have my audition for the Cavaliers to see if I can get a spot for next summer, the summer of 2025.
Wow, that's amazing. Anybody else from Catholic going to try out for the Cavaliers?
Not that I know of. I don't believe so. But to my understanding, Hunter will be auditioning soon for the Spartans Drum and Bugle Corps of New Hampshire, who were the Division II champions this past summer.
Very cool. Now I'm gonna have to catch up with Hunter. I knew that you had done 2 years ago in the Southwind and moved up Cavaliers this year, and that's pretty exciting. We'll have to stay tuned with him and see how that goes as well. Well, I know that you have all the support you need from the folks who love you most in life, and just know that Montgomery Catholic is proud of you as well, and very excited to see. You'll have to let us know how the audition for next year goes, and we'll be behind you. But excited to see you at halftime tonight. Of course, while we're talking here, this is a pre-recorded segment, you and the Marching Knights have been performing on the field. And so the folks who love you most might have to go back and listen to this afterwards because they're going to be watching you live. But from Montgomery Catholic, I'm here with senior John Scott Jackson, excited to brag on his summer experience being selected for the Cavalier Drum and Bugle Corps, the one of the most premier of its kind in not just the United States, but the world. Isn't that right, John Scott?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're proud of you, and we'll be back with your second half of play with Montgomery Catholic Knights taking on BTW Tuskegee. We've got 2 more quarters to go in your semifinals contest. I'll be back live with Deacon Mike after a word from our sponsors.
The smile on your grandchild's face, the beautiful sunset, watching television, or reading a book. These are things we sometimes take for granted, which is why it's important to protect your eyesight. For over 30 years, families in the River region have trusted iTech, the Institute for Total Eye Care, for professional, reliable, and affordable eye care. Make an appointment now to make sure you are protecting your most important sense, your eyesight. iTech, Alabama's premier medical and eye care facility located on Carmichael Court North next to the Cancer Center in Montgomery and on US 231 in Wetumpka. iTech, for the only eyes you'll ever have.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of your iTech halftime show, the Institute for Total Eye Care. We just heard from senior John Scott Jackson, and now we have Hunter Daly. We mentioned we were talking about the Cavaliers, Hunter, and the Southwind. So, Hunter, welcome to the broadcast.
Well, thank you.
So glad to have you. So tell us a little bit who you are, year you are, what you play in the band, and we'll jump right into what you did this summer.
All right. Well, as you heard, I'm Hunter. I'm a senior again. I play trumpet.
And you had quite the summer.
Yes, sir.
We talked a little bit with John Scott about what these drum and bugle corps are, and he talked a little bit about the Cavaliers, and we mentioned you had a similar summer.
Yes, sir.
On Southwind Drum and Bugle Corps. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, sir.
And so tell us a little bit about, what attracted you to doing a program like this, because, it literally is like choosing to go to musical boot camp. It costs money. It takes your entire summer away. What's attractive about it?
Well, I think the main sort of draw into drum corps is the educational experience you're getting.
Okay.
Because, like, you go down there for a summer and you have 2 months of pain and blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
But it teaches you this drive that if you want it and if you want that title, you can get it.
Yeah. Now, John Scott had to go long way away for his that grueling practice period, but you were down in Daphne, is that
Yes,
right?
sir.
And then once you guys left Daphne and started to travel, tell us a little bit about where you went.
Well, we went out to Mississippi for our first show in Tupelo. And that was actually a show where we were with John Scott. It was Southland and the Cavaliers were together at that show.
Oh, that's super cool. In Tupelo, hey, in the music world, do you know who was born in Tupelo, Mississippi?
I do not. Who was?
Elvis Presley.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. All right, keep going. So you left Tupelo.
With Tupelo, we came in here with Wetumpka for a nice local show.
I love it. We too.
After that, we drove overnight. We got to South Carolina about 7 a.m. Wow. And then after that, we had a show there, a couple rehearsals. We went up to Virginia for a 13-hour drive. It was horrible.
Oh, that sounds great.
And then we sort of traveled around the Midwest for a while, came back, and then we went over Maine, and then eventually sort of swung back down to Indianapolis.
Wow.
And I met with the Cavaliers again for the championship.
Okay, now when you talk about the championship, you guys are competing. All these shows you're doing, they're not just shows and performances, but they're competitions.
Yes, sir.
And so what's your role in the Southwinds? Instrument, and then, kind of what are you being graded on? Talk about that a little bit.
So in Southwind and drum corps as a whole, I play trumpet, and you're basically graded on perfection.
Okay.
So you have your part, you have your dot and your drill, and you have to march your dot perfectly.
Yeah.
If you don't, whole corps gets docked.
You're gonna hear about it.
Yes,
and
sir.
so it's not just the musical aspect of playing the instrument. It's
No, sir.
also that physical aspect of being a part of a moving show. Yeah, it's phenomenal. And how long does that show last? How long is your performance?
My Southwind show is about 13 minutes long.
Okay. That's crazy. So you practice for, literally 30 days
Yes, sir.
for 13 minutes.
About 12 hours a day.
Yeah, unbelievable. John Scott was mentioning a couple things about up at 7:30, work till probably 8 p.m. or later, and all of the hours of the day consumed with, like you said, seeking perfection. Tell us a little bit about that audition process. I know yours was a little unique.
It was not the typical audition. So typically you're going to audition period start about now, actually, here in November, early December. You'll send a video in, or you'll go to a camp for about a weekend, and they'll be like, hey, we want you to keep coming.
Yeah.
So they'll say you'll keep coming to more camps, and eventually they'll give you a contract. That contract basically says, I will pay and I will march. In exchange, I will not leave.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
However, for me, I didn't know there was a spot open until 3 days before summer training began.
Wow.
So I had about 3 days to pack, get accepted, and then get there.
And you had to do some audio recording and video recording
Yes, sir.
to get a foot in the door and then go and perform and be selected and be contracted. That's amazing. We've got Thursday night was the band concert, and we start at Montgomery Catholic as young as 5th grade in the band. Now, I couldn't do any of what you guys do, but it is obvious to the untrained eye and ear that from 5th grade through our senior high band, our high school band, concert band, that everybody gets a little better. Everybody improves. So what you guys are doing in the high school is obviously phenomenal. However, we all have to start somewhere and learn. And so what would you say to those, 4th who are watching, hey, I want to do that next year, 5th grade, 5th, 6th, 7th graders who are watching you, especially y'all seniors. My goodness, there's just something about the trumpet. Some of our best players are always trumpet at Montgomery Catholic. What would you say to them when they're thinking about, man, is this something that I want to do through high school?
I'd say don't hesitate. I mean, if you have the opportunity, take it.
Yeah.
And I promise you're not going to regret it.
What about when it's hard and you got to practice too much? And they're not practicing 12 hours a day for 30 days, but you practice makes permanent. They've got to learn that instrument. What do you say to motivate them when they get down?
I'd say it's hard now, but record yourself now.
Yeah.
And then record yourself every day, and then take a recording at your concert.
Oh wow.
And you tell me if you can see the difference.
Oh my goodness, that's a great idea. And even in the short term, from August to October to December,
Yes, sir.
they're going to see an improvement. And then when they come and they sit and they watch you guys, that the high school, middle school, and high school band to play together, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. What's your favorite song to play on the trumpet?
My favorite song to play on the trumpet. Oh, that's a hard one.
It could be in like your top 5.
I think my favorite is Chameleon by Maynard Ferguson.
Okay, Chameleon. I didn't see that coming. That's cool. Very, very cool. Well, maybe we'll get to hear or see you on the trumpet playing Chameleon sometime soon. But folks, you can tune in every halftime and see Hunter and John Scott that we met a few minutes ago and the entire Marching Knights. And if you're hearing this live during the football game, then you just missed a chance to come to the Christmas concert. But put May on your calendars in May. Come and see the performance of our concert band. So many amazing musical things happening right here in the arts at Montgomery Catholic. Hunter, thanks for being with us. Congratulations for all that you have done and will continue to do. And Deacon Mike Costanza and I'll be back with the second half of the playoffs. We are in the semifinals trying to get to a state championship with your second half right after this.
The smile on your grandchild's face, the beautiful sunset, watching television, or reading a book. These are things we sometimes take for granted, which is why it's important to protect your eyesight. For over 30 years, families in the River region have trusted iTech, the Institute for Total Eye Care, for professional, reliable, and affordable eye care. Make an appointment now to make sure you are protecting your most important sense, your eyesight. iTech, Alabama's premier medical and eye care facility, located on Carmichael Court North next to the Cancer Center in Montgomery and on US 231 in Wetumpka. iTech, for the only eyes you'll ever have.
And we are back. Montgomery Catholic is leading 14-0. 12 minutes are on the clock. 2 quarters of play will separate us from a Bryant Denny appearance to play for a state championship, and we are not out of the woods.
We're definitely not out of the woods. This is a team that came to play the Golden Eagles of BTW Tuskegee, who we did beat handily earlier in the year, but Dean DeLongchamp during the halftime did kind of remind me that one of the big differences, and we mentioned that in the pregame, one of the big differences between tonight and that prior game is BTW gave up in the first game the ball to us 5 times, which could be 35 points.
Yep.
So tonight it has been a defensive battle. Both teams have played well on defense. I think the Knights have struggled a little bit as we kick off deep to the far left. The ball disappears into the end zone.
No, they're going to – oh, yeah, they
1
caught
yard.
it. He caught it right inside there. That was your Little Donkey Mexican Restaurant kickoff there to start the second half. Remember, the Golden Eagles won. The toss deferred, and so that is why they are the recipient there. 14-0 the score, and I am sure, Mike, we've got a file with some stats here. And the one thing that I was curious as the Knights defense comes up is time of possession. I wondered how easy that would be to find.
I'll look if you want to call this play here.
Yeah, there it is. 16 and a half minutes to 7 minutes. That's the balance.
Wow.
16 and a half minutes, and guess what? I don't have anything to call because a flag comes out on the play. The good news is it's against the Golden Eagles. That golden yellow helmet, white jerseys, purple and gold trim around the numbers. The Knights defense coming up big there. We didn't have to get to an AmeriFirst 3rd down to have a big stop and a pushback. We do have some Ken Bishop State Farm agent updates and interesting facts out of South Alabama. We've got an update from Mobile Christian St. James. Mobile Christian just barely leads 14-10 as they are going to throw on 1st and long. It is caught, picked up a 6-yard gain. It'll be second. Actually, they're going to give them about a 9-yard gain. It'll be second and about 6 upcoming.
10th grade receiver Dylan Purder, number 17 from Tuskegee. 10th grader. There are at least 3 that have been key in this game that are 10th graders on the opposing team.
2 wideouts to both sides, 3 actually here on the near side. I did mention St. James down by 4, Mobile Christian 14 to St. James 10. St. James had, get it, 4 turnovers in the first half. BTW going to look to pass, tucks it down, is going to run, gets a first down, and then he is going to get an introduction to all things Zay Rudolph and KJ Washington.
Yeah, one of them held him, and one of them popped him pretty hard. He's kind of wandering around looking for the huddle, but he has found it now. Play clock rolling, 31-30. He's looking over to the sideline as their 9'4" center comes in, number 4, Marquez Daniel, 10th grader, but he's 9'4". Lines up on the far side as a receiver. 2 receivers on this side. 3 receivers on this side.
Pat Aaronsburg checking in from South Alabama. They look to pass, caught, gets a gain of 5, and he is going to break the first tackle, and it'll take 3 nights to bring him down. Forward progress gets him a gain of 5, and it'll be second and the same upcoming, trying to get to midfield for the Golden Eagles.
12th grader Joseph Phillips, their number 2, played very athletically all night long. There's a lot of discussion after the play, and in fact, there is a yellow flag on the ground at the feet of the official at about the 46-yard line. White hat coming over to the center of the field, indicating dead ball.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on BTW is the call. And, you know, all right, so we talk about this week after week, mostly off air, especially in the playoffs, when you're playing some of these teams that have absolutely nothing to lose and they get behind. Now, 14-0 at the start of the third is less than worrisome for most teams, but you're going to start to do, say, and really behave in ways unbecoming a team that wants to try to win a state championship. We don't know what the unsportsmanlike conduct is there, but it could be words, it could be actions on the bottom of a pile, and it happens as players start to unravel when hopes and really despair sets in. 3 wideouts to the near side for the Golden Eagles, and I think they moved.
They did. There was all kinds of motion.
And it's 2nd and 20 before the call. What was it, Mike?
Well, I think that receiver on the far end moved towards his quarterback.
Oh, you know what it was? It was a sideline warning.
Okay.
Is what was called.
He's pushing them back there. So it's a warning, no walk-off, still 2nd and 20.
And you don't see a lot of warnings since about halfway through the season. The Alabama High School Athletic Association rules did change a little bit. It's an automatic 15-yard penalty on sidelines and coaches coming onto the field. So just a warning there as they're going to flip it off and tackled from behind. Is that KJ Washington, number 5?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to tell you, KJ Washington, that was all fingertips.
It was.
And he caught him from behind, grabbed him, wouldn't let him go. I'm going to tell you, that's like, I'm just not sure that normal humans should or could do what he just did. 9:47 in counting. Tammy Hayes tuned in on the AKD Facebook broadcast, and the AmeriFirst Bank Hold'em sponsor has us 3rd and 18, trying to get to midfield from the 32-yard line. High snap, flag on the play. This is hard to watch. Hopefully it's not against the Knights. It's a legal procedure motion against the offense there, and the Golden Eagles have a hole in their foot. They've got 3rd and 18. It's going to be 3rd and about 23. Good work from the visiting team ball boys there. You know, Mike, it hasn't rained at all in hours. The field itself does not look wet. We haven't seen any slipping.
No.
So really about as good
it's in great shape. I see a few divots down there on the 15 where we were earlier, but we are not just wholesale slipping. Good solid ground, good footing for both these teams. 9:16 left in the third quarter.
They're going to look to pass. There is a helmet on the field. This ball is up in the air. It falls incomplete, and it's going to be – so it goes from 3rd and about 25 to 4th and the same unless there's a flag, which there's a lot going on the field. We're looking for yellow flags, and all we see is a yellow helmet that came off right at the start of the play. If you're with us on Facebook, you may have lost the video feed. Know that we're trying to fix that, but everybody's audio should still be okay. I'm going to try to reload that camera. It says there it's connecting back to it. Very good. And 4th and very long. Listen, Mike, I'm going to call it right now.
Yep.
we're going to score a touchdown on a kickoff, on a punt return. Number 2 and number 1 are back to receive, and they are offsides again. It is 4th down and 25, and it's going to be 4th and 30. They're going to continue to march them back. The Golden Eagles are getting frustrated, and the Knights are getting to where they are salivating a little bit. 9:09 on the clock in your 3 Squared Technology third quarter of play.
I'm glad to see we do have somebody deep, and I say deep. It's between the 45 and 50.
But in Golden Eagle territory.
Yeah, one of the last punts, we let it roll. I think we gave up some. So their quarterback does punt, not a bad punt.
Another low kick. It'll bounce, and Caleb McCreary is going to get it, and he is going to be tackled after a pickup of about 4 all the way to midfield. Interesting choice there to come to the middle.
Yeah.
If he could break that tackle, he had some green grass. I understand that. But, maybe he saw something we couldn't see from this angle. But you know what? That just allows these guys on the ground and through the air to try to do what they do. And the Knights lead 14-0. Exactly 9 minutes on the clock. The ball is exactly at midfield.
Saw something cool there. Number 2 for
Joe Pierce? For the
Golden Eagles was helping Caleb with a little equipment malfunction, something to do with the back pad,
yeah.
And he was reaching up in his shirt, pulling it down, getting it straight for him, and getting him ready to play. That was nice to see. I know it got a little chippy on one of those plays. As the Knights, lots of movement, 4 and 6, reversing fields. Clock is under 4, 3,
Nobody
2.
in the backfield. We got an H-back and 2 wide receivers on each side, and a flag comes out. I tell you what, I'm going to tell you right now, these line judges know what motion looks like. They're proving that tonight. False start on the Knights, going to make it 1st and 15. Moving back into our own territory, the ball's going to be placed at the 45-yard line. 8:57, that 3-second tick-off there is going to get us a little bit deeper into your 3 Squared Technology group, third quarter of play.
It stops the clock, which is good for this drive. We need a few minutes to march down the field and score here.
Same set. We see 2 wide receivers to both sides. Josh is going to flip out to the right, and Caleb's going to tuck it and run. He's got a first down and more. He's at the 35 and coming to the near side. Almost tackled at the 25, and he stays on his feet, headed downfield. Bubbly Hen brought us about a 40-yard pickup inside the red zone. It will be first down for the Knights. Caleb McCreary, your quarterback, had an option there to give it to 6, brought it down, and took off. The ball placed at about the 16-yard line. The line to gain inside the 10. Motion from number 6 again. They're going to call a very similar play where number 1 keeps it, dives between the center and the tackle, gets about 4 yards on the play. The clock running at 8:35 and counting. And the Knights with a 14-0 lead in the third quarter in the red zone, trying to extend it. The ball now on the 13-yard line.
Second down for the Knights. And that long run of Caleb's was overdue in my book. We had been stifled so many times. That time he got loose and did what he does best.
Josh will be the ball carrier here. Number 6, Josh Griffin, comes right, tries to move upfield, will only get about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up 3rd and 4 upcoming from the 10-yard line, trying to get to the 6.
Third down for the Knights. Clock moving. Under 8 minutes here. We're in the third quarter of the semifinals. We win this ball game here tonight. We have the opportunity to go and play at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa Friday week, right? Friday next week.
That's correct, 11 a.m. We are 19 and a half minutes away from that. 14-0 the score. Third down and about 4.
Working on the clock, Caleb is.
1 wide receiver to the right. Josh is going to block. Caleb's going to keep it, move right, gets towards the boundary, and I believe is out of bounds very near the line to gain. I believe it's going to be a Bubbly Hen-assisted first down and goal, if I am correct. My eyes do not deceive me. No, 4th and short. 4th and short. One of the good things is you play this late into the season, you're going to have great officials on the field. We're in the 4th round, a very well officiated game so far tonight. These guys doing their job. Eagle eye right there, 4th and short, and the big guys from under center. Number 1 is going to take the ball. He dove over the top and gets a 2-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and goal inside the 5. He did not have it until he left his feet.
So
he did not have it
they
until
lined
he left
up,
his feet. Thank you, Bubbly Hen.
They lined up what looked like a victory formation and went straight up the middle, and then right at the last minute when I thought we had been stopped, over the top.
Number 6 is going to get it, try to go up the middle. Falls
He goes
forward.
in.
I think
He
he's
goes
in the
in.
end zone. He's in for 6. Touchdown, Knights. That's Josh Griffin between the tackles. Josh Griffin from the quarterback. The fullback gets into the end zone. 6 points. I'm going to tell you right here, we do have some updates. Saraland is beating Pike Road 29-0 at the halftime. Thank you to Ken Bishop and our State Farm folks. Cherokee County at half leading 43-0. You know, I wanted somebody to win and win well, but I didn't want anybody to score that many points in a semifinal. And this one is going to be up, and it is good. Kicker Dude. Thank you, Chappie's Deli and Joseph Reeves. And then your St. James Mobile Christian score, 14-10 in the third quarter. So thank you, Ken Bishop, for those updates. And Montgomery Catholic now with 7:03 to go in your third quarter, brought to you by 3 Squared Technology Group, has a 3-touchdown lead in the Little Donkey Mexican Restaurant. Kickoff is upcoming. 7:03, 21-0. Feeling a little better.
You know, we haven't mentioned it.
Chappie's Deli.
Chappie's Deli, Chappie's Deli, Chappie's
Defense wins championships.
And we are sporting a
shutout.
And
Yeah,
we love shutouts.
You know, I thought about talking about the shutout in the first quarter.
Yeah.
But we also were shut out in the first quarter.
Yes, we were. It was 0-0. And then going into the half, it was 14-0. Now the Knights go ahead 21-0. 7 minutes left in the third quarter here at Montgomery Catholic. Kicker Dude standing inside the 35-yard line, and I bet he kicks it to the 1.
This one's going to go deep from right to left to about the 7-8 yard line.
Yep.
Caught at the 9, out to the 15. Goes back towards the middle, and he will be surrounded by a sea of black jerseys. Charles Chappelle right there. He's not responsible for the tackle, but he is the first one to help pull up all those guys that helped bring him down. I loved watching 72 Xavion Jackson get a little action right there. Good job, country.
Good play by the Knights. 5 or 6 Knights pile them up and stop them. So 6:56 left in the third quarter. Knights leading 21-0. Points have been hard to come by. Very difficult for BTW. And Caleb on the sideline with his helmet off.
All right, the defense on the field. Defense been incredibly productive tonight. And KJ trying to get into the backfield. Number 50 loses his feet. And look at number 8 coming, clean it up, Jay McClaney. He dove Superman style.
After a first down for BTW.
It pick up about 12 or 15 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10. How about 16 on the play all the way to the 36? 1st and 10 from the 36, moving from left to right towards the south end zone, trailing by 3 scores, 6:30 on the clock and running. The Knights defense trying to not give up big yards like that. 3 wide receivers on the far side. That's the bigger half of the field. 2 to the near. Shotgun formation call. Immediately passed over into the flats. Caught in the slot formation or in the slot receiver position, and he will pick up 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4. A hush comes over the home crowd. I don't like giving up big chunks like that. 2nd and short.
That's their number 2 big guy, Joseph Phillips, 12th grader. Been a star on the field tonight for BTW. And he's back in the huddle as they look to the sideline and break their huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 4. Clock rolling at 5:52. Knights leading, though, 21-0.
Hey, Natalie Costanza's in the booth. Natalie, we're going to need some luck here.
Hi, sweetie.
And 13, little pitch. He's going to get a first down and hit a brick wall. I'm going to tell you, number 3, Jaden Pfeiffer, was there to stop him. Pickup of about 6, gets it to the 47 or so. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. Clock will continue to run there. 5:33 and counting. Play clock, and that's the game clock. The play clock is at 28 and counting. Running quickly here.
Ball on the 50-yard line, right out in front of the booth here where we can see very well. Time for the Knights to tighten up on defense and shut them down here.
From right at midfield, a good spot there again. They want to pass. Oh, and almost tackled for a loss. This will be an interesting spot to see if they're going to call a intentional grounding. So he pulled back. He got about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage before he was tackled, threw the ball straight to the sidelines. Maybe he's out of the pocket. Maybe there was somebody. Love you, Natalie. Thank you for coming up here. I'm not sure where all my kids are, but at least Natalie's there. And I see Vincent on the sideline. Baby Sal roaming free. Free range. 5:08 on the clock. 3 Square Technology Group, third quarter. We are trying to get to Bryant Denny. 3-scored lead is making us feel good. 2nd and 10 for the Golden Eagles from midfield. 3 wideouts to the near side. They motion and exchange positions from the far hash. They're gonna pass again from the shotgun. The quarterback hit big by KJ Washington, but not before he gets the ball off. Caught by 13, a 2-yard pickup. It's going to be third. Make it a 3.5-yard pickup. Third and a short 7.
Yeah, Keltrick was excited to get to the quarterback and put his hands, both hands on his chest.
Gotta be good. Oh my goodness.
And it was close.
Like I said, that's what happens when you have a very excellent, high-quality officiating crew. They knew that was a no call, but not shocked to see that flag come out sometimes. Big AmeriFirst opportunity here for the Knights Hold'em sponsor. On third down, it's about to come back up if you're on the Facebook looking for video. A high snap, but he brings it down. He will throw quick, and this one is caught. And, boy, they call that a hospital pass in rugby. You go up to get it, and you might go to the hospital. He got right back up. They will move the chains. About a 10-yard pickup. Good for a first down. And I'm going to tell you, that was a quick pass right there.
Very quick, very hard to defend. And we were putting pressure on their quarterback, but he fired it away. Good for the first down. Clock rolling, 4 minutes in the third quarter.
Garrett Sanford really getting into the backfield, but a quarterback able to get the ball out into a little bit of space, and this huge receiver has got about 6 inches on anybody close by. Jay McClaney trying to get in there and stop. Charles Chappelle doing the same. And we got man-to-man down the outside, Jaden Pfeiffer, and they are going to say that was incomplete.
The sideline judge down there at the 5 went like this, said no.
Okay, I think
he's either safe or incomplete.
I think he caught it, but caught it out of bounds.
Definitely caught it out of bounds. So the ball is at still the 38-yard line. Second now and 10. A few seconds clicked off, 3:46.
Ricky Williams in pursuit there as well. Excuse me, my goodness. 3:46 on the clock. 3 Square Technology Group, third quarter, 21-0, 3-score lead. Second down and 10 upcoming after the incomplete pass. Same set, 2 wide to the far side. Ball in the center of the field. It's on the 37-yard line. Quarterback's going to keep it and pick up 7 or 8. Moving it down, it's going to be third and short for the Golden Eagles right from the middle of the field at the 32-yard line.
Nice play. Didn't know really who was going to have the ball. And the Knights got froze. The defense did just for a second. Allowed him to plow ahead for 6. Third and 4.
I'm going to tell you that was a nice spot. I like that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you I like it right now. 3:15 and counting, 21-0 your score. And this is just a slow-burning roll here for the Golden Eagles. They're doing what they need to do and get closer to the end zone. Can the Knights stop him? A high snap. They're going to let him pass. Give him some space, give him some room, and he's going to throw it incomplete. He had 7 wide open in the flats who would have had a first down. Charles Chappelle would have exacted a little bit of a punishment there, a little bit of vengeance, that's for sure. But he doesn't have to, and it'll bring up 4th and a very long 4. Trying to get inside the 30. The ball is between the 33 and 34. And, Mike, they can't kick a field goal.
No brainer. No brainer here.
They're going with 3 minutes on the clock. Yeah. And if he got way back and wanted to, the quarterback could kick it from the backfield if he needed to. All right.
They need points. They haven't produced any. They've got to go for this first down, and the Knights need to shut them down.
From the shotgun, same thing. 3 wide receivers to both to the near side. They're going to throw. This one is an excellent catch. A one-handed go up and get it by that receiver, number 2. He's moved from slot. He's moved to receiver. He's moved to tight end, and that was probably the biggest catch of his season right there. Goes up and gets it and keeps the drive alive. It's first down and 10 from the 25.
Most impactful play of the night. We could have stopped him there by an incomplete pass, got the ball back, and then eaten up another 6 minutes and scored and been 28-0 into the fourth quarter. Instead, they're really kind of knocking on the red zone here. Under 2.5 minutes, in the third quarter.
They are looking to pass. Now, if they keep doing that stuff as we get closer to the end zone, we're going to intercept it if they're not careful. This one's going to throw to the end zone, and I believe the play is called dead. Illegal false start motion there against the Golden Eagles. Going to move it back. 1st and 15 upcoming. And, that was loud. Sorry. All right. Montgomery Catholic. Chad Barwick just needs a nice long nap after I give Catholic long hours in this game. Hey, you're right. That is true. That's what Sunday afternoon is for. We got a robotics tournament tomorrow. We're going to go see the Robo Knights. We're going to go see 7 or 8 of our Knights in the Nutcracker at the Davis Theater. Then we're going to go see a couple of Knights in the Pike Road Theater Company's White Christmas tomorrow. So then we can sleep on Sunday. 2:02 on the clock, and they're going to call a timeout. They being the Knights. Here we go. Montgomery Catholic with 2:02 to go, leads 21-0, and we're going to take a word from a sponsor. I'm Justin Costanza.
I'm Deacon Mike Costanza.
And go Knights.
Catering lunches since 1998, We Lunch It partners with area private schools to provide nutritious and delicious lunches for students and teachers. A team dedicated to customer service and committed to delivering high-quality food for our school families. We Lunch It takes the worry out of the lunch rush. Let us cater to you. Visit WeLunchIt.com to learn more.
We are back. Montgomery Catholic, shout out to Whitney Bradley, who's not with us. And in her stead here, doing great, is Elizabeth Harbin. No pressure. You know, and if you've never worked with a married couple in such close quarters, then you haven't lived.
Thank goodness there are 2 referees in the booth and a deacon. We've laid hands, we've exercised.
Somebody
who
has
told stories.
no business to judge.
Yeah, it's all right.
2:02 on the clock. This one brought to you by, 21-0. We're going to move on.
1st and 15, 2 minutes. Quick pass to the far side.
It is.
Our defense lets him get about 2 yards after catch, brings him down. Ball's going to be spotted on the 26-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 12.
Look at that spot.
We'll take it. 2nd and 12.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
What have we done this week?
Clock rolling. You've had a big wheel. You've had a big week there,
been
Commissioner.
a big week.
Yep.
It has been
Minute
a good one.
30.
And ticking. 21-0, the Knights lead, but knocking on the door, trying to get in the red zone from the 26-yard line. I think so, too. Throwing it to the end zone. He didn't even look before he passed it, and this one will fall incomplete. The receiver about 8 yards behind the ball there.
No, wasn't even close.
And it literally, that's one of those passes where, yes, you practice it a bunch.
Right.
But, I mean, and I don't know who was it. Is that Jaden Pfeiffer who was over there? Charles Chappelle, I see.
Or
Gavin
Jalen.
Phelan. Jay McClaney, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Ran him out of bounds with his hand on his shoulder. And like you said, ball was ahead by about 8 yards. Released long before the receiver really was anywhere in the area. Timing pass, not hit. So 1:19, the clock stops in the third quarter. The Knights leading by 21-0, trying to preserve this shutout.
This is an AmeriFirst Bank Hold'em opportunity, and we're going to do it. Whoa, wow. Before he got – please don't throw a flag. Before he got to the ground, the Golden Eagle was able to spin back up and lunge forward. But I believe they're going to spot him at the original
must
infraction there.
Have got his knees down there.
I think
so it brings up 4th and 8.
4th and 8.
Dylan Rogers, 52, with a spectacular steer wrestling tackle there. And they went around 360 degrees and got thrown down on the ground. And then there was a little bit of, hey, how you doing? You feeling all right at the end? 4th and 8.
Big 4th down, widespread field. 35 seconds in the third quarter. Snap, high, pulls down, wants to pass. He's flushed from the pocket, comes to the near side, needs to pass. Milrow attempt to throw from in front of the line of the scrimmage. No, keeps it. He's going to push forward about a 7-yard gain. It'll be short of the line. They call that a turnover in football. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Knights, just behind their own 20-yard line. That's a big stop, 23.2 seconds on the clock, and the Knights are going to have 12 minutes and 23 seconds to kill before they will play for a state championship next Friday, 11 a.m. at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And the way that it's looking like, it is a great job by these guys. Dave Bosco with us tonight and every night. We are going to be looking at a couple of updates. Pike Road's losing 29-0, Cherokee 43-0. Actually, I think we got an update. Let's get an update on all those real quick. Thanks to Ken Bishop, your State Farm agent. From the line of scrimmage being placed at about the 18-yard line. Going to hand it off to J.J. Williams. No, going to give it to number 11, G.G. Hayner.
Did you see that last 5 yards?
Wow.
With their ace number 2 and 13 from BTW, Tuskegee. Dragging them almost.
GG was
for
hit
the
at the
first
line
down.
and got 9 yards.
5 carrying 2 Eagles.
I don't know who the crazy blonde in front of us is, but I think she calls him son.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, 0 seconds are left in the 3 Squared Technology Group fourth quarter. Everybody in the stands dancing. The band is playing. Thank you, Designer Smiles Dental Studio. And the entire team has 4 digits thrust high into the air. 12 minutes will separate. 21 points currently due. 21-0. Montgomery Catholic trying to do what they have not done for 2 years in a row, and that is 2 things: beat a team twice and win in the semifinals. We've got, listen to this, Mike, we've got 1,000 people tuned in between the app, online, terrestrial radio, and Facebook. We have over 1,000 Montgomery Catholic fans. In the stands tonight, probably between 800 and 1,000 in person.
I believe that easily, because look at up between the school and the fence and the end zone. And then down by the concession stand. That's also become a gathering ground, and a lot of tailgating going on before the game up by the middle school. It's been an exciting evening. Now I want us to preserve the shutout and bring a victory. I'm ready to wrap this one up.
Go. 12 minutes to go.
But Chris, that's not good enough. We got to win next week.
We sure do.
I'm going to say it now. We got to win next week.
Chris Lombard from Central Florida.
Hey, Lumpy.
Making sure that it's extra crispy in the booth up here tonight. Number 1 is going to hand it off, but no, he's going to keep it, come to the near side, and he will leap the first would-be tackler, fall forward for a gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up second down. Make it a 5-yard gain and 5 to go. I high-fived Pia through the window, and I left a handprint, so I'm going to hope we quickly get out of the 35-yard line territory. Yeah, to the right. A little higher, right there, a little higher. Yep, got it. All right, Brian Wilson, hello for the north end zone. If you're in the north end zone and you are listening, you need to wave at us. Give us something to shake. Yeah, I see 6 or 8 hands. That's pretty fun. There's a delay, so we didn't. Keep the pedal to the metal. Go Knights, Dr. Kirby Plesla. And Giovanni's got his pedal to the metal. Number 11, Junior, carrying the ball close to the 50-yard line.
Look at the thick thighs. I mean, he can motor. When he turns, puts his shoulders down, and heads north or south, he can motor. Mama agrees.
I'm going to tell you, we've got this opportunity to have multiple threats coming in. Is so good. One Jackson Aggies fan on your side tonight. Gary's still with us from Jackson. Thank you, Mr. Jackson himself. And, this was such a crazy game to watch at the end last week. And honestly, Gary, we thought we'd see y'all tonight, and we're gonna try to finish it off just for you. 21-0. The Knights want to score. We are going to hand it right, but go left with number 6. He breaks a tackle. He's going to head to the end zone. He's got one man to beat. We don't want to block in the back. Can we get to the end zone? Montgomery Catholic strikes again. It's a touchdown, Knights.
Oh, my goodness. A beautiful run. Right up the middle. You're right. There had a few hands on him. Josh Griffin kept going. Once he got into the 30 and 20, it was all about speed. Did an outstanding job. It was all end zone after that. So with 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, Chappie's Deli is bringing you a point after. We lead 27-0, the Knights do.
18, Brody Hudson to hold.
It is down.
It's a good kick.
Up.
It looks a little left, but they say it's perfect. That's beautiful. Perfect. It's up. The Knights lead 28-0. And I'm going to take a quick break here. Y'all, this end's going to be emotional. I just want everybody to know. I know that's shocking to anybody that's been around this week. 10:30 on the clock.
That's all right.
The Knights are 28-0. Back in just a moment, I'm Justin Costanza.
I'm Deacon Mike Costanza.
And go Knights.
Hey, everyone. This is Alex Taylor with American Classic Designs. AKD has been Central Alabama's leader in custom apparel and promotional products for more than 30 years. From event-specific T-shirt designs, embroidered corporate logos, or promotional pieces to help spread your brand awareness, our team is ready to help. AKD also powers online customizable stores that both spread school spirit as well as fundraising for an important cause. Call us at 334-277-8433 or visit our website at goakd.com. AKD, meeting all your needs down to a T.
We're back live at Catholic High, Montgomery Catholic High. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the ball game, in the semifinals. We have 10 minutes and 30 seconds left between us and Bryant-Denny Stadium. Kicker dude boots the ball from left to right, high, deep, hanging. And the ball is on the ground.
At the 15.
And 16 Knights swarm around him, and it takes them all.
It does take them all. Kudos to those guys. It's going to be a tackle at the 10-yard line, maybe the 9 based on the spot.
They tried to screw his head off as they twisted him around like a steer and threw him down. Clock has stopped at 10:21. Knights are now leading 28-0. 28-0. We're going to get to go to Bryant-Denny Stadium next week. We're not taking it for granted, but it's beginning to feel like it, look like it. And the BTW Golden Eagles have played a good game on defense. They just couldn't do anything against this outstanding Knight defense. And the Knight defense have them backed up inside the 10. They hand it off and try to go forward he broke loose and went around to the far side, but maybe lost some ground. Let's see. He did get out of bounds. They've stopped the clock. And a helmet came off of one of the Eagles.
Looks like it's going to be a loss of a couple there.
Bring up 2nd and 12, 10 minutes. 10 minutes in the game. Clock rolling. Knights defense looks to the sideline.
I got a rhythm, and you got the blues. I got a rhythm. I see Chad Barwick is making sure that Daniel Harbin is dancing in the background. We do have a Ken Bishop State Farm agent update, which will bring you after this 2nd down and 12. Cherokee County will be the opponent, in case anybody wanted to know. They will throw it at the line of scrimmage to number 2. He is a behemoth. He'll come down after a gain of 5, 3rd and 8 upcoming. Pike Road is getting shut out 36-0 in Saraland. Mobile Christian has just given St. James the lead in the 4th quarter, 24-21.
That's good news.
And Westminster Christian has failed to score, but Cherokee County has done it 43 times.
So it looks like we'll play Cherokee County. Is that how that plays out?
That is exactly how that
and
plays out.
And we'll be the visitor.
Well, we will be the visitor. So the one thing we were talking a little bit off air, if Westminster won, Montgomery Catholic would be in the Alabama locker room. We'd be in Eli Gold's chair. But
we'll be
at
Eli
Bryant-Denny regardless.
We're going to be Eli Gold's chair.
We'll be in the next door booth.
Okay.
Well, we can get there first.
They're
How
scrambling.
about that?
They're scrambling.
Listen, I think we just sacked them on 3rd and 8. The Amerifirst Bank Hold'em sponsor said, hey, let's sack them back at the 5-yard line. They're going to be kicking they're going to be kicking from the 6-yard line, tucked way against their own end zone here. And
let's put one guy back here to catch the ball, but let's get 10 of them.
Let's stand in front of the radio booth is what we really want.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, we're going to have to stand too, I think.
All right, 8:25 and counting. Clock under 10 seconds. BTW is kicking from the back of the end zone. They get the kick away. It hits us. And they try to advance the ball. They throw so it hit our line and bounces back towards the end zone. And the kicker actually bats it forward, and immediately draws 2 flags, probably illegal touching or movement or whatever it is. You can't knock it forward.
Yeah, I'm not upset at the Knight fans who are standing in front of the booth, but I do want to give them full credit for me having not seen any of that.
Well, that's what happened.
That's
the kick actually hit the back of their offensive players. So the foul and it's declined, and it's 1st down Knights. The ball's going to be placed. Coach Jay's arguing that the ball needs to be placed where he
it was
tried to
touched.
advance it from.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that'll work if you decline the penalty.
8:12 is on the clock, and as they work this one out, St. James just gave up a touchdown to Mobile Christian, who now leads 27-24. Mobile Christian High School misses the extra point, leaves it a 3-point game, 27-24 in the fourth quarter. Montgomery Catholic here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Hoops League and Morgan Stanley, says we want to go to Bryant-Denny in style. We want to go with as many points as possible. We want to be ready for Cherokee County, and we want to hold on to a shutout.
Yes, we
love a shutout. And some folks have been asking, has there been a shutout in a semifinal game? The answer is absolutely yes. In fact, tonight there might be two, because Westminster also has not scored.
You know, that's our offense on the field, right?
Having issues with the camera here. It's not the operator. I apologize, guys.
So Kirk is still discussing with the white hat and another
good word for
referee,
it.
and they're looks like they're deliberating about the spot of the ball. So we're talking about a punt by BTW from the end zone that literally never was, launched other than right into the lineman. And the ball fell back, and their kicker batted it forward, and it ended up on about the 16 or 17-yard line. Penalty flags were thrown immediately, and then it was indicated that the penalty was declined. But then Coach Johnson starts arguing the placement of the ball. And there's obvious discussion going on now with three referees and the white hat, and we may get a different. All right, they're saying it's declined, first down. So after all that discussion,
it's going to be first down at about the 17-yard line. Is that right?
Unless he picks that ball up and moves it. But looks like because they declined the penalty, then the ball did advance. So 1st and 10 Knights. Oh, there's Caleb. That's what I was asking. So our offense was on the field, but I didn't see Caleb until just now, trotting from the sideline to join the rest of the offense in the huddle. And they break. The play clock is at 25. The game clock, 8 minutes and 12 seconds to Bryant-Denny Stadium. Knights lead 28-0.
From the shotgun, he'll take it. He'll hand it off to Giovanni Hayner. He's going to come around the end. He's going to get spun around, fly forward, and pick up 5 on the play. It'll be second down. They're only going to give him 3 on the spot. It'll be 2nd and 7 upcoming. 11, your junior Hayner, able to pick up a handful there. And he stays on the field. Number 1 also out on the field.
And they're deliberately letting that clock run.
They're wanting to use every
Absolutely.
point here. And the boys from the student section are running down. They're shirtless with chests painted. They've got, listen, I don't care who says what. Listen, look at these guys. That is super fun. They're having so much fun, these boys.
2nd and 9, Knights.
Yeah, I love it.
Hand it off.
J.J. Williams is going to
4.
keep it. He's going to move around to the
Spins.
left, and he may lose a yard on the play.
But he eats up another chunk of time. The clock will run another 30 seconds off. We're at 7 minutes. In just a few seconds here, we'll be at 7 minutes. Clock rolling. 3rd and 11.
Jeremiah Cobb standing at the 45-yard line with Daniel Veras. Got a couple of former Knights out there, Brennan and Callan. Looking up here, that's cool. From the shotgun formation, 17, Wilson Hodges goes in motion. In the backfield is 11, junior G.G. Hayner.
Deer antlers.
Well, flash. Grandma got run over. Yep, it's cold out here. Yep, snap the ball. They're going to come left. Giovanni's going to pull. And Caleb is going to keep the ball. Little option there. Not going to move the ball much downfield or to bring up 4th and long. And we are going to kick for an extra, we're going to kick
for 3.
A field goal here.
Let's kick for 3.
We've done it a few times tonight with various results. We need this.
Yeah, we need this. 6 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. The ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. So it's a 37-yard field goal attempt here by kicker dude.
All right, and we've got the good snap. Great hold. The kick is up. It's a little wobbly left. It is no good.
Yeah,
no good. Hey, we do have our favorite line judge with the official ruling on that play earlier because the penalty was declined and the penalty was illegal batting, which is exactly what you said. Goes back to the original line of scrimmage. So,
original line of scrimmage, not where he batted the ball back to. Gotcha, because that didn't match either. Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
All right, somewhere Chad got a picture of me. He's using appropriately. I love that. Going to the next stop. Jamie Lee is
Curtis
doing a great job.
6:28 left in the ball game. Knights lead by 28-0, and BTW takes over, and looks like there's a timeout on the field.
All right, so this is brought to you by Michael Stewart, who is trying to eat so much tonight he's going to drive to 5 different houses to do it, and he's hoping to find a little Chappie's Deli catering. And Chappie's Deli, your Yes We Can catering headquarters, who says, hey, we don't have a spot in Tuscaloosa yet, but we will certainly send catering with you and some tailgater boxes, some trio trays, send some slaw and some tea and some all the kinds of stuff
chicken
that you may
fingers,
want. Chicken fingers,
eggs.
all the way to T-Town.
That's right.
Friday, December the 8th.
Friday the 8th. 11 o'clock.
11 a.m.
Knights come back out on the field. The defense does. That's
the
big guys.
student section is continuing to run up and down the stands here. Loving seeing these guys celebrating, and the defense for the Knights on the field. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line here after that missed field goal. Looking to see what the Golden Eagles can do to try to get on the board. They're going to throw in the flats. Incomplete, busted play. Just off course there from the quarterback. And the Golden Eagles are dejected, Mike.
They are. They're dejected. They've played hard. They had a great season, kind of a Cinderella season. They were 6-4, just barely made it into the playoffs, 3 seed. But they won 3 games in the playoffs, and so they'll end up 9-5. And the Knights are going to end up 14-0, which is outstanding. And we need to end up 15-0.
And these seniors are going to be 52 wins.
And set a record.
Big snap, gets bobbled at the line of scrimmage. And he will be tackled for a loss of about 12. KJ Washington doing what he does best, and that's inflicting pain. And here comes a flag. I am hoping that is not against the Knights. Got Jay McClaney over there at the point of infraction, which was not near the ball. It was actually at the far sideline. And I
don't know what that means. They're giving up. We surrender.
There's no telling.
Yeah. I didn't do it.
Listen.
I wasn't near the play. I didn't touch him.
All right, just saw a little embrace there by Daniel Veras, Kirk Johnson. I can't get over this student section. Christina Parker just texted, and she is exactly right. Absolute best student section. These guys are doing it right, and they're ready to go to Tuscaloosa. It's 3rd down and a quarter of a mile, about 16 or 17 yards. Standing on his own 5-yard line, looking to pass, flush from the pocket, throws, caught by number 2, 1 busted tackle. Miles Cottrell will come back and clean up the second, though, and says thanks but no thanks. 21 in there
Ricky
to
Williams.
do it. Ricky having the game of a lifetime last week in Jacksonville. Should have you may have read about that in the Montgomery Independent, and he has not let us down tonight. In fact, he's not let us down so much here as we get ready for 4th down that they are not throwing anywhere near him all night long. 28-0, getting excited.
I don't see Cinderella. No, it's Snow White. I don't see Snow White, but I do see some of her friends there. They've got some younger players out there.
St. James is struggling here at the end. Elena Barranco is tuned in all the way from the Dominican Republic. Well, maybe not tuned in, but just got a text update. And with 5:14 to go, they're going to take a timeout, and we will do the same, but not before I tell you from Ken Bishop, directly your State Farm agent. St. James now trails with 4 minutes to go by 10 points. Mobile Christian really turning it on late, 34-24, the current score for 3A partner down the road here, St. James in South Alabama tonight. For Montgomery Catholic, I'm back right now. I'm Justin Costanza.
Deacon Mike Costanza. And go Knights.
Frittatas, omelets, Benedict galore, salads, flatbread, shrimp and grits, and so much more. Did this bubbling hen get your attention? Are you looking for a great spot to gather for breakfast, brunch, or lunch? Then visit the Bubbly Hen in Festival Plaza, where we serve brunch all day. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. A great new favorite in East Montgomery, the Bubbly Hen has all of your favorites and new ones too. Come see us at 7915 Vaughn Road or check us out on Facebook. This Bubbly Hen recommends it.
So we've got 11 defensive players out on the field ready to shut these Golden Eagles down that have flown in from Tuskegee. The Knights have been a good host, but we haven't given up any points, 28-0, and they're punting. Their quarterback punts it high and short again. It takes a Eagles bounce, comes out to the 47-yard line where the Knights will take over with 5 minutes left in the ball game. 1st and 10. Let's see who we roll out on offense.
All right.
I hope we let a few of the younger guys play this set of downs. I know this is super important, but I also want to keep them, some of our guys healthy.
That's right. 5 minutes to go, and if you're in on the AKD scoreboard here, maybe get the score up there. It's 28-0. Kayla McLaughlin tuned in, loving it, wishing Thomas could be here, but med school gets in the way of that. Thomas and the McLaughlin family, lots of success there, and we're going to try to have some success here for you right now. Just
what are we talking about?
Just push through.
Got my attention.
5 minutes to go. We're going to hand it off. This ball will get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard more. And something we want you guys to do on Facebook is we're all getting excited. Stephanie Azar tuning in. Listen, we got a lot of comments. There's going to be a face mask?
I don't know. We ran it up the middle. We had Zaylen in the backfield, I think. We've got R.J. Bristow in. Caleb's trotting in from the sideline. Go ahead.
We need Facebook to do something for us. So, Facebook, you guys are listening. Here's what we want to know. We want to know who's listening. So, if you got 3 people or 4 people, tell us how many people are listening and where you're listening from. That's something we want to see. We got almost 200 folks in here. We want to see where you guys are. We're going to pitch this one off to Zaylen Jackson, number 20. He's going to get 5 yards, 6 yards, come back, needs one more, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4 upcoming. Number 20 carrying that ball well, getting close to the 40-yard line. It'll be spotted at 42. 8 Barwicks in Daphne. That's what we want. How many people are listening and where are you at? Liz Wilson listening from the end zone in the north end zone. Brian and Elizabeth down that way. Love it. Let us know where you are. Put it in the comments. We may not get everybody on there, but we want to know. Hey, Tom in Birmingham. Let's keep them coming. You let us know where you're at so that we know how far we go. 3rd down for the Knights. The clock at 3:30 and counting. The play clock at 5 and counting. Needing to snap the ball. Caleb's still at the line. He's going to have to burn a timeout. And we will do the same.
Let's do it.
With less than 3.5 minutes separating us from Bryant Denny. Montgomery Catholic leads 28-0. I'm your school president, Justin Costanza.
And I'm Deacon Mike Costanza.
And go Knights.
AmeriFirst Bank is proud to help bring you the games you love. As fans, we embrace all we can of Montgomery Catholic High School football. We invite you to discover what true community banking is all about in service, solutions, and fiscal strength. Come see us today. Stay for a lifetime. AmeriFirst Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
All right, we're back live here at Montgomery Catholic with the Knights ahead, Justin, 28-0, under 3.5 minutes left to go in the semifinal. And you know what comes after semifinal?
The championship game. Championship. Bryant Denny, University of Alabama. 3rd down and 5 to go. And the best thing going for the Knights right now is that we're at 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Steve Burr. Ann is listening. Oh, my goodness, Ann. Hope you feel the prayers, too. All right, Zaylen Jackson's going to get it on 3rd down and get a 1st down and more. We needed 5, and he's going to get 6. Look at that spot. I may have to recount. It's either going to be 4th in the width of a football, or we're going to use some of those Ann Burr
he backed it.
across.
Oh, my goodness. He backed it way back.
They just called it. The white hat came in and granted some forgiveness. Well done. Ann, hope you're feeling well and doing great.
We had people asking tonight about you, and we're glad to hear that you're doing great, and God bless you, and keep getting better.
Lynn is in Cummings, Georgia. Hello, Miss Downs. We are getting set here. Love seeing all these come in. First down and 10 for the Knights. We're at 2:52 and counting. 21 seconds on the play clock. Not going to have to go anywhere if we can. Leon Miles Jr. in Luverne, Alabama. Keep them coming. This helps us tell our sponsors the reach of their dollars, too. Love it. From the shotgun, going to use every second on the play clock at 3, 2, snaps the ball. And Caleb is going to get the ball and get a first down. He will slide down with nobody in his face as soon as he got the first down. 2:25 on the clock, and we will keep the ball at the 20-yard line. No reason to get the points. Let's stay in total control, and let's use every second we can. 28-0 your score. This Hoops League Morgan Stanley fourth quarter is churning away.
24 left on the play clock.
Hey, we got some Jackson, Alabama folks listening. I'm loving that. I'm loving it. Wish you guys were here tonight. We had a battle. But right now, the Golden Eagles.
Hats off to your good season, though, Jackson, Alabama. We'll meet again next year, maybe.
Well, we're going to bump up. With a win tonight, we move to 5A. Zaylen Jackson is going to get the ball and get 8, maybe 9 yards. We're at 140 and counting. Going to have to run one more play. 38 seconds and counting on the play clock. We're going to have to run 2 plays, it looks like.
Second and 2.
Second and a long 2. Caleb McCreary got a little bit of swagger as he looks to the sidelines, trying not to dance too much. Look at Coach Jay on the sidelines.
Giving out a few hugs and might get a little emotional. I understand. It's going to be a great night, big celebration. You know, a lot has been put into these athletes and this program to make this happen. Doesn't happen overnight, doesn't happen accidentally. Caleb in the shotgun, hands it off to Zaylen. Up the middle, number 20, bounces off the first set of tacklers. He jukes and he dives and he gets hammered.
And that first
that's
down
good for a
is
first down.
Seal it. Gets to the 10-yard line. We're at 50.4 seconds.
Clock stops at 50, yes.
Archbishop Rhodey, the line of the night. See you in Tuscaloosa.
Archbishop, we look forward to
be there,
hosting you
sir,
there.
and thank you. We've got some updates, but right now, how about Josh, Betsy, Thomas, and Joseph Carmichael listening in Tuscaloosa? Love our Morris, our football alum. Can't wait to see Coach Jay and the Knights play in person next week. We're at 30 seconds on the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to have to snap the ball again. They're going to move. Let's move the camera. Y'all don't look at me. Look at this. We're going to play in Tuscaloosa. The Knights are going to compete for a state championship.
13 seconds left. Caleb's got the ball, knelt down, and the clock is rolling. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And you can wrap this one in blue and gold. We're headed to a state championship.
Way to go. Way to go. Proud of the Knights. Proud of you, Justin. Proud of the school. You know, that's just one major step towards what this program has been building to. And so we're headed to Bryant-Denny Stadium, and it's next Friday, 11 o'clock. And what an honor. What a great achievement. And we need to win next week. But very few people, in fact, only 2 in the state in 4A football have made it to this level. So we will play next week against Cherokee County, which is somewhere up in the north part of Alabama. But we will meet on neutral ground at Bryant-Denny Stadium and try to avenge 4 years ago where we almost won a state championship. This year, we will come away victorious and hang the blue mat of the state championship for 4A football. Coach Jay and Justin Costanza and Athletic Director Veras, all these players and all these parents who have poured everything into these students and these athletes for years. This senior class is a special bunch. 51, 52.
Tonight makes 52.
Which is a record. 52 victories playing on the Knights in 4 years. You play 10 games for sure a year, that's 40. That means they've played 51 victories. This is 52.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so we're up by a bunch. That's a lot of playoff games as the team and the girlfriends and the cheerleaders and parents and the coaches are on the field. And BTW is silent.
I got to go see Coach Jay.
You do it, brother. You do it. We'll stay on the air here.
Yeah, don't get off without me. I'll be back, but I got to go give him a hug. I love you.
I understand. So we've got Father Connor and Father Patrick and all the coaches. I see Coach Coy, and mamas are crying in the stands. And Justin might have got a little bit emotional. And we got Natalie up here helping out while her dad, Justin, the president, goes down and hugs Coach Jay and Daniel Veras, because this is quite an accomplishment. Hadn't happened a ton. It did about 4 years ago, where we went on to Bryant-Denny Stadium to fall just short. But this year, we're going to come away victorious next week. But let's celebrate tonight. Natalie, they're playing the school song, and the players are lined up. And look at the students on the sideline. They're all locked in arms, and they're swaying back and forth. And they're, a couple hundred people on the field. And BTW is done for the year. They played a great game, and getting loud, yeah, and playing a great game. Oh, that was on purpose. You were letting them hear the festivities. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. That was the end of the school song, and students and players are jubilant. And you look to the right, Natalie, and that's what losing looks like. They're dejected. They have nothing to be ashamed of. Played a good, clean game, have had a great season, and came up just short. We've done that twice. We know exactly how that feels. MA put us out 1 year. Andalusia put us out 1 year. Both teams we had beat earlier in the season. So tonight, everybody starting immediately after last week's win, have been talking about, hey, we can't let it happen again, and we did not. The Knights came here ready to play. Their defense was perfect. It was another shutout. I believe that puts it at least 8 for the year, 7 during the regular season. So we come away victorious, 28-0. I'm going to look here and see if I can pull up the stats. If he's sent it. Let's see if I can get this open. And, game stats. So, Montgomery Catholic on the ground had 242 yards, and BTW 54. We dominated. Passing yards, Montgomery Catholic had 118 versus BTW 70. Pretty much dominated. And then some other interesting things. Yeah, BTW had a lot more tackles than we did. That's because we had the ball most of the time. In fact, we had the ball 24 plus minutes to their 8 minutes. We dominated this game. Caleb McCreary had 22 rushes for 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Griffin, 15 carries for 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. Those were the scores tonight. We attempted at least 2 field goals unsuccessfully, but we didn't need them tonight. J.J. Williams, 6 receptions, 75 yards. I'll look and see if I can find penalties. We did pretty good in the second half, but that first half, that was our Achilles heel, and I can't see it if it's on here. Time of possession, field goals, whip tackles, fumbles lost. I thought it was under, but I can't see it, Natalie. Getting old, even with my glasses here. These are Chappie's glasses. Somebody left them at Chappie's. They're mine now, so they're Chappie's glasses. They're pretty good. So what do you see out there, girl?
A lot of people celebrating.
You are right. It's fun to win, isn't it?
Yeah, especially the game before the championship.
You are right about that. Now, what do we need to do next Friday?
Win.
You are right. That is exactly right. Natalie's doing a good job, Justin. So She did a good job. She said, I asked her, what do we need to do next week? She answered correctly. What'd you say, me? Tell me.
Score more points.
And dominate.
Oh, that's right.
She said
dominate. Yeah.
Bring me a touchdown in the ears, too. That's good.
Good stuff.
So, man, there's a lot going on out there.
Yeah.
So at the end of the semifinals, they got to award a plaque to both teams.
Really?
And, just a second.
Oh, they're going to do that now? Okay, very good. Well, so there are a lot of folks are gathering, and they're putting it's got a lot of students over there on the right, and athletes are joining up. President Justin was talking about that there'll be 2 plaques awarded, one to each.
So the runner-up gets his plaque. They just gave Coach Jay theirs, and they're down there celebrating. I don't know if you could see it from up here, but Coach Jay storms off the field, goes and finds during the alma mater, gets to find his wife, Megan. A great embrace, almost the entire length of the alma mater. Just absolutely beautiful. Coach Jay playing one for his mom tonight, fought hard.
Yeah.
Lost her a year ago, November 28th. It was a Monday then. It was a Tuesday this year. And now all the moms are out there getting their pictures, hugging their boys. The student section and the cheerleaders are out there. They're just having an absolute blast. 0 seconds are on the clock, 28 points on the side for the good guys, and we're going to go play for a state championship in Tuscaloosa. Now, here's what that means, too. The middle school and high school will be closed on Friday because we will travel for an 11 a.m. kickoff.
Chappies will be open.
Yeah, and with the Archbishop's dispensation, we have been allowed to offer a 2 p.m. vigil for the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, since it will be December 8th, on the day before. So Tuesday, all the students in middle school and high school will have Mass together. And that'll be how we end our day, which will be a beautiful way to have a little send-off and head to a state championship game. Elementary schools will be open and will be in session. They'll have watch parties. Of course, families that want to go can go. And we are hoping about 100. We are hoping to have plenty to bring you. We're going to put a trophy in the box. That's what tonight means. We put a trophy in the box regardless. It is either, I think so. That's a great idea. Move that camera out that way. We will either bring home a red map or a blue map. That has happened no matter what. Montgomery Catholic will play Cherokee County, a team that put up 40 to 50 points tonight. And I'm not sure, did we get a Ken Bishop State Farm agent final on St. James? They were down 10 with 4 to go. And looks like with 2 minutes remaining, St. James misses the extra point. So they were down 30 to 34.
That's last I see.
Onside, and St. James got it. Be right back, 150. Cherokee County 50 to 0, the final. So, Scott, looks like maybe that St. James game isn't over after all. They get the onside kick under 2 minutes.
Jeff Marenko filling us in here. St. James lost 34-30.
It is over. Okay, perfect.
Over.
So that one is done. So Montgomery Catholic remains the only capital city team with a dream. We'll head to Tuscaloosa, and St. James and Pike Road both playing tonight, unable to finish winning either of those in South Alabama against 2 great teams, a 3A and a 5A battle happening. Speaking of 5A, Montgomery Catholic now steps into the world of 5A. I say 5A, they may actually be 6A. Montgomery Catholic now steps into the realm of 5A no matter what. A win tonight and in a semifinal appearance last year is enough points for the varsity football team to have enough competitive balance points to move up a classification.
I have a question about that.
Yeah, I may or may not have the answer because it's very difficult to understand.
I do. I get it. So I know that some of these rules.
Did you hear, Natalie? You can say it. Who did you see?
Jeremiah Codd.
Yeah, he's here. He's celebrating and
cool?
excited. Isn't it cool? So what's your question?
We were saying that I know that, like the multiplier, a private school, if they have 100 students, you multiply that by 1.3 or so.
I think it's 1.35, yep.
So you play like you have 135 students. But does that, and it's just the private schools.
Yep.
How about the points that you get for winning championships?
Those two operate independently.
So does that affect public schools as well as private?
Neither affect public schools.
Yeah.
So the multiplier and competitive balance, neither affects public school, because the public school has a fixed area of what they call their
the
zone.
multiplier. I can get comfortable with the multiplier, but because you win championships just because you're a private school and have different area that you can draw students from, we still have a limited area to draw students from.
That's correct, we do.
But anyway, that's a moot point. It's just kind of interesting. And, years ago, it was a very, very, very hot topic, and even there was some discussion about moving to the Independent School League,
and AISA, and look what's happened now to that. It's basically dismantling itself.
Defunct.
We're gonna pick up, we being the Alabama High School Athletic Association,
right.
Edgewood and Autauga Academy, some of those kind of guys. Autauga Academy, I know for a fact. Edgewood, as soon as it came out, I can't remember, but literally 3 or so of those big. Lee Scott's flirting with that. We just picked up the team down in Pike Lib that did that. We got to play last year, so pretty neat. Lot going on. But the only thing that we get to talk about is Montgomery Catholic will have a 15-game season no matter what. Unbeaten in the last 14, undefeated, and we end, Mike, I didn't even think about it.
With a shutout.
28-0.
Pretty.
The Knights are victorious. And Megan, or Natalie, I wonder if your mom knows where you are.
She does.
Okay, very good. And hopefully she has Sal, and there's no telling where Vincent is. But Montgomery Catholic is all over the football field right now. In fact, I think I may see them out there on the field. Very, very exciting. Everybody's running around and enjoying this. And to the hundreds of people that have tuned in on Facebook all night, all the folks who have been with us on Praise 96.5 in the various ways that we do that, on behalf of Daniel Veras, your athletic director, and Eileen Aaron, your middle and high school principal, I'm Justin Costanza, very excited to tell you that Montgomery Catholic is going to compete for 2 state championships next week. Volleyball is already in the back pocket, back-to-back state champs. Your varsity flag football team competes at Bryant-Denny on Wednesday at 1 p.m., and now we know for sure a second opportunity to bring in a blue map next week. Your varsity football team will play also at Bryant-Denny on the turf live Friday, December the 8th at 11 a.m. Deacon Mike and I will bring you that call, and Brittany Bradley will be back with us for that. So she's excited to get back in the booth. Daniel Harbin will be there. Scott, I sure hope you're available to be on the board. We love our guys at Little Engine, Terry Barber, Peyton Barber, Scott Kerner. Thank you guys for a great season so far. It is not over.
No, it's not.
Last year we were melancholy, sad, and saying goodbye one last time, and tonight we're saying we'll see you next week. Elizabeth Harbin, you did a great job on the board.
Yay.
The band, the cheer, the color guard, and the football team, almost half the student population, showed up, and everybody who's not in one of those groups was in the student section tonight. They did awesome. They're down there celebrating just as much as the team is. And Mike, let's put together some plans to travel to Tuscaloosa next week.
I'm in, and Chappies will cater the trip.
That'll be
we'll
awesome.
Have plenty of food, and if you need to travel to Tuscaloosa and you're planning on doing that, stop by your favorite Chappies Deli, and we will pack you up something to take and eat.
Hey, a quick shout out. Got a message here from Davey Hay. You did hear at halftime you heard from John Scott Jackson and Hunter Daly. John Scott is doing a little fundraising for his all the funds it takes to make it possible. And Davey Hay, his stepdad, on his Facebook page, search Davey Hay, go to Facebook. And if you are somebody who likes to taste a delicious bourbon, then you may be interested in competing in a raffle that they're trying to use to raise some money. So go to Davey Hay's website to check out how to support John Scott Jackson. I think only at a Catholic school we can do stuff like that. All right, Chad Barwick.
You know what they say about Catholics?
A number of things, but
wherever you find 4,
there's always a 5th.
That's right.
Now, Montgomery Catholic is going to be playing for a state championship. We'll see you, Chad Barwick, in Tuscaloosa, Archbishop Rhodey, and all of us on behalf of this team, this school, and this program. We are very excited. We have wrapped this one in blue and gold. To our entire production crew, thank you guys. Let's do it next week. One last time, Natalie, you in on this?
Yeah.
I'm Justin Costanza.
I'm Natalie Costanza.
I'm Deacon Mike Costanza.
And go Knights!
I'm Vincent Costanza. I'm Natalie Costanza. I'm Zach Costanza. Thanks for listening to our dad and our grandpa on the radio. And go night.
Bradley Plumbing and Heating is one of the oldest service firms in Montgomery, the original Bradley Services Company since 1945. That means you get hundreds of years of combined experience to solve your problem. Sure, they have been taking care of some of the largest buildings in central Alabama for decades, but that same professional quality service of Bradley Plumbing and Heating is available for your home as well. Whether you have a clogged drain or an AC or heating unit that's not working, don't waste time or money. Call 271-0700. Bradley Plumbing and Heating since 1945, the original Bradley Services Company.
Your next adventure is calling. Avis Car Rentals can get you there. Need a car for your next trip or while your car is in the shop? Brian Bonakowski and Scotty Parrish at Avis Car Rentals are ready to get you where you want to go. Visit avis.com for your special offer.
The smile on your grandchild's face, the beautiful sunset, watching television, or reading a book. These are things we sometimes take for granted, which is why it's important to protect your eyesight. For over 30 years, families in the River region have trusted iTech, the Institute for Total Eye Care, for professional, reliable, and affordable eye care. Make an appointment now to make sure you are protecting your most important sense, your eyesight. iTech, Alabama's premier medical and eye care facility located on Carmichael Court North next to the Cancer Center in Montgomery and on US 231 in Wetumpka. iTech, for the only eyes you'll ever have.
Little Donkey Mexican Restaurant in East Chase is Montgomery's go-to spot for high school tailgating and pre-gaming this year. With family fajita packs, taco packs, and famous fried chicken packs, you can feed groups of any size, or you can try their chip and dip platters for any sized crowd. And they've made it easy to order. Just go to the website at thelittledonkey.com. Choose the Montgomery location and choose pickup or delivery to place your order. Little Donkey Mexican in East Chase. Mexican food with a southern soul.
Catering lunches since 1998, We Lunch It partners with area private schools to provide nutritious and delicious lunches for students and teachers. A team dedicated to customer service and committed to delivering high-quality food for our school families. We Lunch It takes the worry out of the lunch rush. Let us cater to you. Visit WeLunchIt.com to learn more.
Dogwood is a proud sponsor once again of Montgomery Catholic football. Hi, I'm Brian Harris, owner of Dogwood, based right here in the Montgomery area. Who are we? Dogwood is your organization's outsourced marketing solution. We can supplement your current marketing staff or be your marketing department as a whole. We have a staff of experts so you don't have to. Want to check out our work? Visit montgomerycatholic.org or holyspiritmgm.org. Ready to talk? Visit dogwd.com. dogwd.com.
3 Squared Technology Group is a proud supporter of Montgomery Catholic, providing exceptional IT industry solutions with impeccable customer service and attention to detail since 2016. 3 Squared takes pride in offering real IT solutions for clients nationwide. Visit their website at 3squaredtechnology.com. That's the number 3, squaredtechnology.com. You might know that State Farm agent Ken Bishop has great service. He is your good neighbor after all. But did you know that State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Ken Bishop has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Montgomery. So call State Farm agent Ken Bishop at 334-277-6655 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Hey everyone, this is Alex Taylor with American Classic Designs. AKD has been Central Alabama's leader in custom apparel and promotional products for more than 30 years. From event-specific t-shirt designs, embroidered corporate logos, or promotional pieces to help spread your brand awareness, our team is ready to help. AKD also powers online customizable stores that both spread school spirit as well as fundraising for an important cause. Call us at 334-277-8433 or visit our website at goakd.com. AKD, meeting all your needs down to a T.
Frittatas, omelets, Benedict galore, salads, flatbread, shrimp and grits, and so much more. Did this bubbly hen get your attention? Are you looking for a great spot to gather for breakfast, brunch, or lunch? Then visit the Bubbly Hen in Festival Plaza, where we serve brunch all day. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. A great new favorite in East Montgomery, the Bubbly Hen has all of your favorites, and new ones too. Come see us at 7915 Vaughn Road or check us out on Facebook. This bubbly hen recommends it.
AmeriFirst Bank realizes the passion and enjoyment Montgomery Catholic High School Knights football brings to life. And in our